And let's go.
Yeah.
Hello.
I can't
Okay.
believe
Hi.
Downbot said goodbye to me saying hello to him.
Why did he say goodbye?
You just started. You didn't say hello. I could say hello and crash him.
I think
Also,
the memory of the list persisted somehow. You shouldn't say goodbye without saying hi. Anyway,
I wonder if I could say
on
bye.
fucking topic. On topic.
Yeah, on
Let's
topic.
get started. You stupid pain in my fucking asses.
Well, if your bot wasn't broken, like Walker.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe the radio buttons are dingbat?
Back on topic, Dallin says.
Are we
Logan's
getting
still-
started or are we not, Logan?
Well, I mean, I'm ready.
Okay.
He says.
So last time, after your adventure, after awakening from another peaceful slumber, you decide to crack on with your day and hunt down the black dragon wormlings that you found a flyer for just after entering the city. Before you left, however, you stopped in with Alia to let her know to look out for those thugs since you put a bit of a surprise on their doorstep. With your information / apology thing, Alia gave you some information too, letting you know that most of the thugs seem to kind of go somewhere after certain amounts of time, with some faces showing up longer than others, but all of them eventually kind of disappearing to somewhere. You then proceeded past the house you left the head on, kind of looking at it and noticing that it is completely empty inside. After that, you made short work of the Black Dragon Wormlings, taking a bit of a hit during the fight, but still kind of making easy work.
I
Slaughtering
almost
some
died.
gnolls on the way there, and scaring off a winter wolf on the way back. In killing the dragons, you earned yourselves some more gold and a damaged magical rod of some sort. On your way back into the city, you bumped into Eld again, guarding the gates. Eld mentions that he appreciates the work you're doing, and kind of mentions how the guard has been hamstrung by orders from above his captain. Orders requiring the guard to take on a lot of new faces, and to become more of a showpiece than an actual guard force. After learning this, you head on your way back to the inn for your nightly rest.
You left out the part where we gave most of the dragons to the homestead.
You left out the part where I rolled over and whispered sweet nothings to Andrea again.
And ignored you completely.
Noticing that in these short recaps, I leave out things that are not important.
Oh, so we could have
It
made money
happened.
off the dragons.
Yes.
People who left them there.
You could have done a lot of things with the dragons. It's D&D. There are always
Yeah, but-
options.
But the dragons took their cows. They needed meat.
You made a very kind choice. That is good. It does have consequences. But it is a decision that has already been made, and you don't need to follow up on it. I try and mention things that you need to follow up on or keep in mind for the next kind of little bit of your adventure. Hopefully.
Good morning, everyone. How about we take our breakfast, Goodberries,
So-
eh?
As he says this, and as you guys start to wake up, you are interrupted by a clattering of carriages and clopping of hooves outside your window.
Wow.
Kind of a
Rude.
big commotion happening outside.
Rude ass people.
All right, I pop a Goodberry, toss another one over to Andrea.
And I guess I'll catch it because you're tossing it for some reason.
Bounces off Andrea's forehead.
Please roll me a dexterity check, Andrea.
No. I will fail. Well, actually, no, I won't. Dexterity is at 0, not -2. That's my strength.
It's okay. I'll catch it for you.
All right. So I guess we're good on Goodberry, and we're going to go and check out the commotion.
Okay, so you look out the window and you see kind of a procession of three carriages. You see, first one is made to kind of carry people in comfort, and then there are two more following it carrying provisions, as well as an escort of 12 armored knights on horseback. From looking at it, you can kind of assume that somebody important is in the first carriage, based on the fact that it's kind of the coloration of it and the way that it is designed to be comfortable. Kind of scream to you that this is royalty or something like it in there. After a couple moments, it passes through the gate.
Months.
Yep. Passes through the gate, and the slight crowd that is formed kind of goes and starts milling about their day.
All right.
What's the plan?
Oh, wow. I think we should totally ignore that. It doesn't sound important at all.
Does Walker say this?
No.
Oh, I think we should totally pay attention to this. This seems important entirely, says Sharav. And so Sharav makes to head downstairs.
Okay. Well, Walker's gonna follow.
Okay, so as
I know.
you,
I was gonna say I'm not gonna stay in the room by myself, so
Walker's
I
just
made
shrug
the
and
assumption.
Follow him out.
Following has become your default status.
Not much of a leader, Brandon.
Unless you say you do something else, I just assume that you follow at this point.
I could always
Um,
get the whatever that feat was, where I can make a speech and we get temporary hit
Yeah.
points. Yeah, I'm not doing that.
So as you guys kind of come into view of the innkeeper, he turns to you and says, "Oh, good morning. I hope that the clatter outside didn't wake you up, but are you guys going to be needing food today?"
No, we're very good.
He doesn't get it.
Since common isn't actually English, it doesn't quite translate.
I mean, it translates fine. He just thinks that you slightly mispronounced it. Wow.
Wow.
I see that, Brendan.
I was gonna give you more, but I can't watch an ad. He hasn't let me watch an ad in forever.
Sure.
When he asks if we need food, Walker's just gonna kind of shrug.
Okay, well,
as
I
if to
hope
say,
you guys
like,
have.
Sorry, I don't eat.
I think he does understand that. Usually when he asks, he seems to focus the question towards Sharav and Andrea. He's
The
never
two living
directly
beings.
asked you really anything, you notice. Not because he's an asshole specifically, but because he kind of recognizes that, well, you're not going to eat food. There's no reason he's going to ask you if you need food.
Excuse me.
And we head outside.
Okay. And
Nice.
he's just going to be like, have a wonderful day.
That all depends.
He'll laugh at that, assuming it's a joke.
Oh, but it's not. If he only knew.
Excuse me.
Wow.
All right. So you said these knights were on horseback?
Yep.
Okay.
And they've all
so-
kind of passed out of sight now through the gates.
So I know about horses now.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, you saw horses when you got on the carriage to go
I
from. Like, come on now.
Are there
This is a
dire
long
horses?
thing gone. No.
Damn.
or demon horses, but no, not in the base game.
What about bicorns?
I think that's
Like a
called,
bull?
called a cow.
It's a horse, though. That's not a unicorn because it's got 2 horns.
So like
That's why
a
you
really
didn't
big
say.
goat.
That's why you didn't say unicorn.
Yeah,
You
bicorn.
said
2
bicorn.
horns.
You mean like it eats
By the
through
way,
its
they're
butt and
usually
its mouth?
demonic. How unicorns are the opposite of unicorns, basically.
So what's the plan now?
I'm not
So-
the leader.
Did we
Well,
see
actually-
anyone with this
Hmm.
whole like? Did we see anyone in the cushy carriage?
Roll me perception. Anybody who was looking out the window.
Don't know if I
It
was.
is
probably not.
vision based perception.
Not smelling. Well, it depends. He might be able to smell them.
Oh, why is that coming out? Oh,
Wow.
my speakers are messed up.
Uh
Wow.
I'll fix that. All right, should be good. Someone say something.
No,
No.
I
All
will
right.
not.
And then let's see, it's perception, so
Mhm.
+3. All right. Have to remember how to do things. Oh yeah, right down the middle.
Nailed it.
I can't see it
so
because it's behind the pictures.
Strav is the first to walk up to the window and kind of sees this happening. Walker walks up and just kind of focuses right in on that front carriage and can see
So I scanned him.
kind of with a flick of the curtain, can see inside, and you recognize a handful of rings and some very gaudy clothing. And you are certain that at least one of the people in the carriage, because it can hold more, is the king's steward who you met before, Malavesto,
Hmm.
the one who
Maleficent.
kind of interrupted you before you actually went in to deliver the letter to the king, and he took it.
And
Interesting.
the knights on horseback, they're knights. They're not like the guard, right?
Correct. The uniform is slightly different. They seem kind of like it might be somebody's personal guard. They all had the same standard. It was a standard you're unfamiliar with, but it wasn't the city guard.
Okay, so there won't
Human-ish?
be any Benwin with this group.
No Benwin.
They human-ish?
Humanoid, yeah.
Okay.
It's hard to tell. They were all wearing full plate.
Must be hot.
Like,
I'm
I
sure
assume they
were
weren't
very
Warforged.
toasty. No Warforged in that crowd. Yeah, that one you would have been able to tell. But they were all just people inside of plate.
Well, I don't think I have anything else that I care about until they're, gone. I don't care to do much of anything else about them.
Oh no, they already left. This is a slight retcon.
All right.
But yeah, you guys are outside, and they have left. The dust cloud that they left behind them has even settled, and the people milling about have kind of gone on with their day.
What
Like
the fuck is-
nobody's standing there staring after them or anything like that. It doesn't seem like this is a super weird, never happened before, oh my god, the world is ending kind of thing. It just seems like, oh, the rich people are on their way doing something again.
So I guess I should probably go and sell this dragon head I have. Forgot about that. Don't need to carry it around.
You do currently have a dragon head strapped onto your backpack.
That I assume is either still frozen or somewhat cold.
Kind of chilly, thawing out
Refrigerated.
slowly.
Yeah.
Yeah, refrigerated by ray of frost.
Got like a wet spot on your backpack.
Well, I have it hooked in
It
by the
keeps-
horn, so I'd imagine it just drip off.
Did you take off your backpack when you went to sleep?
No, I'm gonna
Oh,
wear
God.
that to sleep.
Well, look, I don't sleep, so I don't know these things.
You stand there and you watch. You
Mhm.
know that's something people do.
No, I'm standing facing towards the door, Brandon. I'm leaning my forehead against the door.
As soon as you're all in the room, Walker turns around and leans on the door, and that's that. You guys are still getting.
Fucking dumbass.
And every night, Sharav strips down to nothing and sleeps in the nude.
Walker has no idea.
Mm-hmm.
Walker's never seen this before.
I don't look that way, so I also don't know because I don't care.
No,
That's why I face the
that's-
door.
That's not something that
I
actually
don't want to
happens.
see that.
But you don't know about it,
Sharav-
so how do you know you don't want to see that?
I
Shrav's
assume
a
he
bit
does.
more considerate than that.
Again, Walker doesn't know that you're more considerate than that. Walker assumes that you strip down to the nude every night.
One of
Mhm.
these times you're gonna have to forcibly pull him from the door so he can see.
That's rape.
No. It would be assault, if anything.
Look to me! Look to me! Feast your
God,
eyes.
I'm gonna just fucking change my ranger archetype at that point. I don't want to see in the dark anymore.
Anyway,
Unfortunately,
that's
I
bad
can't
now.
change that.
And
I,
at that
for the
moment,
first time in
Walker went
forever-
blind.
First time ever, gonna suggest we go to the market. I suggested something.
Are you using suggest?
You mean using suggest?
Or is it suggestion? Whatever
It's
that was.
suggestion.
Okay.
I don't think that Andre could cast it on more than one target anyway.
I don't have that as a thing. Well, technically
there
I
you
can.
go.
Twin spell.
Oh, I guess, yeah. If you
Technically,
wanted
I
to burn
could.
a bunch of resources. A spell slot and a fucking sorcery point.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I don't even have it.
So this is the first time I'm hearing Andrea's voice.
No,
What
it's
does
not.
It sound?
You just apparently think it is. I have said things, just not very many things.
Can you do a quick impression of what Andrea's voice sounds like? I've forgotten.
I don't speak in her voice, so no.
Anyway, Andre suggests you go to the market. What's
Okay,
happening?
well, I'm gonna assume that she sounds like a 1940s gangster.
Why would you assume that?
Because I don't know, there's no other thing that I can think of that would be as funny.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
God damn
You
it.
do
No, it's not canon though, so
I think
DM,
it is.
that. I mean,
if I say no, then it's no. DM doesn't get to say what my character sounds like.
But the DM makes the world and therefore
No.
designates how voices
just-
reverberate through the air.
no. Let's go.
maybe a 1920s gangster.
God damn.
I'm sticking with 40s.
Okay. I'm pretty sure they both say, yeah, see?
Also,
Doesn't really
suggestion
matter.
only works on creatures, which I don't. Do characters count as creatures?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, so I guess I could.
Creatures are anything living.
Also, that's a second tier spell. No way in hell would I use that.
Second level.
Okay, so anyway,
Second tier level,
oops.
whatever. Close enough.
I'm gonna start in the direction of the shop.
Oh, are we selling up there? I thought we were going down to the harbor.
No, the person that we would know that I sell my dragon at somewhere in the market area that's not that shop. Because I
Oh.
asked last night. So see? I spoke! Well,
Eld
and that's last night in
suggested
game.
that it was
It's like
probably best.
down
to go to the
here or
market.
Oh,
something,
down
right?
there.
Yeah,
Is
kind of
that-
set up just in
yeah.
this area, kind of below the
Of course,
warehouse by the docks.
I don't know where we're going because someone hasn't moved their character that's apparently leading the way.
I don't know where to go. I just
What? I just
I just
suggested
told
it.
you where the market is.
Well, I'd assume
Wow,
Walker would
okay.
still lead us there because that's what Walker does. Okay, you can. I'm fast traveling.
Oh shit! Oh, what's this? Something just popped up. Oh,
Is this
Character
Your
sticky?
sheet.
character sheet? Yeah.
I didn't know. I don't know how I did that, but I did it.
I have to fix mine. I haven't updated it in forever.
Don't even have mine up here.
Oh, if you wait, is it just double clicking or alt double clicking? No, it's alt double clicking.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, I'm never gonna use this.
Okay.
You
So
guys-
there
Sorry.
So I'll move away from you a little bit.
are a couple people kind of selling creature bits. Most of what's being sold is food and gemstones and other various things. Because it doesn't look like people have access to these monster parts as often as they have access to things that don't kill them,
Mm-hmm.
such as fish and rocks.
Rocks.
It's
Yeah, like
now
gemstones
canon
and
that the
things.
people of the city eat
Oh,
rocks.
while I'm here, I might as well sell my gemstones too.
Gemstones are rocks.
I guess.
Okay, but you said rocks.
Yeah.
Definitely
Like, I
sounded
have this
like
pet rock for
they were
you.
making
Just-
fucking stone soup over there.
What is that from? Because I've heard that. Stupid.
A book called Stone Soup.
No,
Yeah.
I thought it was from a TV show or
I
something
mean,
too.
Do
They
you not
probably
read?
were referencing the book Stone Soup.
I imagine they would reference the book.
It might have been SpongeBob.
But that was probably referencing the book Stone Soup.
Hmm.
Yeah, I feel like SpongeBob had a Stone Soup episode.
Yeah, I think they did.
Anyway, how do you want to go about this?
Dragon head for sale.
Does Sharov say that?
Certainly one
No.
way to do it.
Oh, no, Sharov doesn't say that. Guess I look around, see which one might be more likely to buy a dragon head, depending on what they're selling.
So again, you see a couple vendors that are selling monster parts. They might buy it to try and resell it. You assume that people selling just fish or just gemstones probably won't have as much of an interest as somebody who is actively selling monster parts.
I was gonna look for one that might be selling dragon parts, because if they're already
None
selling
of them
some,
are selling dragon parts.
Mm.
Like it kind of, again, it seems like the things that they are selling are things from monsters that are kind of easier to kill than dragon wormlings or any other kind of dragon for that matter.
I'll just walk up to one at random then.
So you're telling me that this market doesn't have a surplus dragon parts store?
Weirdly enough, no. No, it doesn't.
Strange.
Yeah.
Would that be like GI surplus dragon parts?
I think the silence speaks volumes here. Okay, so you walk up to one of the vendors selling monster bits. It is a half-elven lady. She kind of looks at you and gestures to her table full of bits, and she's like, "Got all sorts of monster parts for sale. They can be used in potions. They can be used in kind of crafting different items. They can be used in decorating your home if you're into that."
Hmm.
Kind
What
of
does
giving
she
her
have?
various
Let me-
spider bits, wolf fangs,
Oh yeah, Sharov might be
She's got-
interested.
kind of some like necklaces and things made out of wolf fangs and deer antlers, stuff like that.
Excuse me.
Most of it's more mundane things that you would kind of expect to see somebody be able to take down. So like somebody who isn't a trained adventurer be able to take down, or things that would be killed for food anyway. And she's just kind of selling the leftover parts. A couple of like deer skin pouches and things like that.
Okay. Well, since this is Andrea's thing, Sharov's going to hold back until Andrea seems done. Then he
I'm
wants
gonna
to talk
ask.
to her.
Wait. Oh yeah, you said she. I'm gonna ask if she wants to buy a dragon head. Okay.
At this, sorry. At this point, she's gonna like look at you, kind of see the dragon head peeking around, uh, from your back, because
Yeah.
unless you've at this point taken it out and are holding it in front of her.
I don't know if I would or not. I'll just like turn, just to show that there's a
Okay.
dragon head.
So she's gonna look at it and be like, "Whoa, how much are you selling that for?" And kind of scratch her head,
How the
like,
fuck
because
would I
you can
know?
tell she's never seen something like this.
How the hell would I know?
Like, you're the one trying to sell it.
You know, I might be able to do something pretty good with this with +5 persuasion. Uh, hmm. Shit.
How much you got?
Man, I have no idea.
Yeah, how much you got?
No,
So for
stop
for
that.
comparison, most of her stuff is going for like 2 or 3 gold apiece.
It's that
depending on
this is a
how
dragon.
much it's been worked. Well, again, here's the thing about your dragon head, though. It is just a dragon head. The person buying it has to worry about preserving it and getting it stuffed or whatever they want to do with it, taking it apart. So you're just selling a raw dragon head. She's selling things that have been worked into jewelry and like effort has been put
Well
into them.
refrigerated dragon head.
It's a well refrigerated dragon head, sure. It's preserved 100%. But if somebody wanted to do something with it, there is work involved for them.
Man, maybe I should have just left it with that stupid guy. Yeah, I have no idea.
Why would you have left just the head with the guy? He's not gonna
Well,
eat the head.
it's not just because he has another dragon head to go with it. Anyway, since you didn't behead the other one. I don't know. How about 100? Because I don't know what else to suggest.
She's gonna kind of look and be like, but I have to kind of keep it preserved and everything. I have to work with it.
Yeah, she
How
has to
about-
water it.
How about 50?
75. Can I use persuasion to make that better or more likely to be accepted?
Yeah, roll for persuasion.
Oh, that's a 6. That's not good. And with a +5, that's only 11. Wow, I rolled low.
Mm,
She's just like
I can do-
51.
I can do 65, and that's it.
Wow, 65 whole silver.
No. I guess.
Okay. She stands up to shake your hand.
You just put the dragon head in it.
Sure.
And then after that,
like a
she
Sharab
reaches
level move.
down, kind of digs in a pouch for a little
Rob's too
bit,
friendly for that.
kind of takes one of her deer skin pouches and is like, I'll throw this in. Fills it with the 65 gold you get, gives it to you, and kind of holds both her hands out for the dragon head.
Do you give her the dragon head?
Well, duh.
He takes the pouch and runs.
Um,
That's
Uh,
the last we ever see of Andrea. That was her great evil feat for the entire campaign.
65 gold. Yeah. Woo. Might as well just pickpocket Walker at that point.
So takes the dragon head, puts it down. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Unless
Can't
you
pick
would
my
like to
pocket,
buy
I keep all my
something.
gold in my codpiece.
I don't think I need to
Gestures
buy
her table.
anything. Sharab might walk up
She
and
seems
say something
optimistic.
about buying something then.
I kind of move my way to just in front of her and I say, "Well, and this is all fine and all, but maybe I would have something to sell to you as well. Not something so valuable, I'm sure, but I do have these." And I take out two giant spider fangs, two man spider fangs. Um I think I think that's all I'm going to take out. I have 8 of these and 4 of these. Gesturing to each of the different fangs. Would these be something you'd like?
I could buy a couple of them. I think I could make some nice necklaces out of those.
All right. And the necklaces, how much do those typically go for?
Usually 2 gold for smaller ones and 3 for anything larger. Then
Okay. How many fangs are there incorporated into the smaller ones?
The smaller ones typically will have one smaller fang. Most of what you're holding, because they're giant spider fangs, like they're full-grown giant spider fangs, I should say. Like the man spider fangs are technically would fit her smaller necklaces. Just looking at her, at what she's got on her table, and the giant spider fangs would be a big necklace because they're like the giant spider fangs are like the length of a person's hand, and the man spider fangs are closer to the length of like your index finger.
Well, you seem to put a good deal of work and care into these necklaces. So I think maybe a fair value will be 8 of these giant fangs for, let's say, 3 gold, and the 4 smaller ones for 1 gold. So 4 gold total.
It's like, okay, absolutely, yeah.
Oh, all right.
She seems happy with this deal. You suspect that she often pays more.
Yeah, Sharab doesn't know. He literally just looked at it and tried to give her a overly fair value.
Yeah.
So
She seems happy. She seems happy with this, and she feels like she kind of is doing well today. So she'll do the same thing. She'll grab one of the deerskin pouches, fill it up with, what would that be?
4 gold.
4 gold total?
Yeah.
Kind of forgot
Oh.
what you said. She puts the 4 gold in it and is like, here, you can have that as well.
Oh my, mine is much lighter than yours, Andrea.
And then she'll kind of collect the fangs from you and put them down next to the head.
All right, have a good day.
Are there any
You as well.
like big horns on our table?
There are 2 kind of full-sized antler decorations.
Okay.
I guess they're mounted to stands, and they're
Okay.
it's
Never
just
mind.
the antler, and it kind of looks like something you'd put on a shelf, like a knickknack.
I was mostly wondering if there was anything I could use as like a powder horn.
No.
Okay.
Here,
Okay.
do either of you want this pouch? I have plenty myself. I removed the gold from the pouch and put it into one of mine.
One of your many pouches.
Yeah.
So like a kangaroo pouch where it's like part of you.
No. I've talked to you about what I have. My
I know. I know.
my bandolier of sacks.
Each.
But the deerskin pouch, I don't
It
really.
doesn't go with your eyes.
I just don't really want it.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Gonna say I
Alright.
just got a similar one, so I wouldn't want it.
What is the internal volume of this pouch so I can properly record it?
It could hold
Can hold 4 gold.
At least.
probably what 20 cubic centimeters. Small pouch.
Also, I have 3 vials of poison. How much is each of those vials?
We determined this last time. It's 350 milliliters each. If I can pay
Okay.
attention.
Is that for the
Goddamn.
vials or the bottles?
That's for the vials.
Okay.
A
and
potion
how big
bottle
is
is
a bottle?
500.
500.
If it's a potion bottle, that is.
Okay, cool.
Well, no, anything called a bottle is 500. If I call it a bottle,
Oh.
it's 500.
I thought that
Wow,
she had
That's
a
why
really
you
small
can-
pouch.
That's why you can. It is a very small pouch. Andre's one would technically be bigger. It would
Yeah, 'cause
probably
it
be
hol-
a
it
40
helps.
cubic centimeter
Wow.
pouch.
Because it held
'cause-
65 gold.
Yeah, she had to put a lot more in it.
So you were saying that the acid has a shelf life, right? From the black dragons.
Uh,
Like
not
a
really.
Oh, okay. I thought last time you said like it will last for a few weeks before it kind of loses some of it.
Did I?
I think you did. Did you not?
Well, let's retcon that out.
Okay, so it's yeah. Okay, I was gonna ask if the spider venom had a similar shelf life, but if we're saying no to that, then I assume.
Well, it makes sense that acid wouldn't if it's stored properly, because in real life, acid doesn't really go bad. If it's stored correctly and doesn't get, I don't know, shit in it.
Yeah, you should never
Literal
shit in acid.
feces.
You should always add the acid to the shit.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it could explode. Oh wait, no, that's water.
Okay.
And
I'd like
I'm
to look around
assuming
for. Oh,
I'm
what?
assuming, sorry, that the dragon blood will not lose whatever properties or anything, right, over time.
Yeah.
Okay.
It kind of is. Like once you put it in the vial, it's reasonably well preserved.
Okay, I'm just trying to make sure that nothing I have on me other than my booze materials is too time sensitive.
No.
So I'd like to find a table that has like gemstones.
Same.
Okay. You see a few. Just immediately
Okay.
within sight.
Can I like look around and see like which guy seems like the most like a chump?
None of them. Give me an insight check. Give me an insight check.
The fuck is insight?
It's
what's
one of
up?
your skills.
While
Oh,
she's
it
doing
is.
that, looking around at the gems and stuff, do any of them seem to have like a magical gleam to them?
No. From what you can tell, they're
Okay.
all quite mundane. Like these are things kind of very similar to what you've already found in various places.
Alright,
And yeah, not particularly similar to the one magic gem that you do have.
alright.
Okay, so you look around and kind of see one person who is lounging back in their chair, but like really hungry, like trying to look relaxed, but at the same time looking around hungrily, like he wants somebody to come buy something, because he seems to be getting a little bit less business than some of the other people.
Okay.
Who has that magic gem? Is it Andrea?
No, I think it's Walker.
I feel like Walker has it.
I have a magical rod.
No, I don't have it.
Someone
I feel
has
like,
it.
actually, no, I feel like it was given to you.
To me? Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, then I never
I'm like-
wrote it down. And that was
I'm
the
like
gem that we
90%
got
sure.
from the old elf's house,
Yeah.
right?
Correct.
And like it looked like it was cracked and something got out of it. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna go over to one of those guys. I don't know which
Okay.
one, because your description made it sound like I have no idea what his intentions are.
Well, no, you see somebody looking around like they're desperate for somebody to come over
Okay.
and buy something.
Well, I'll go over to him.
Okay.
I like to support small businesses.
Right, right. So he leans forward in his chair. He's a tiefling with kind of pale green skin,
With some
small
teepees.
horns, and really dark hair. He kind of leans forward and he's like, "You looking to buy something?"
I'm gonna say, looking to sell, and I'm gonna take out my. I mean, I guess they're in a bag or something. I'm just gonna like take a big handful of gems and just spill it everywhere.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not actually gonna do that. I'm gonna try not to spill them everywhere.
Right.
But I have 250 gold worth of gems. It says.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to stretch that a little bit. Maybe get 260.
I was gonna say, if
She's
it's
gonna look
me,
at
I
them.
would definitely try to stretch it.
And his table is not overly I see how sexist. His table's not overly kind of impressive. And so he kind of looks at the gems and sees them and is like looking at other people's table, and this would kind of give him more than them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, how much you got there? How much you looking to get?
I'm gonna say, well, this is easily 275 gold worth of gems.
Are you gonna use persuasion?
Yeah, give me a persuasion roll.
Okay, hold on. Scroll up.
Really wish my internet could not be shit. And he looks at them, grabs a couple of them, and inspects them closer. He's like, they look like nice gems, but I'm thinking more around 250. He says, thinking that he seems to think that he's getting a good deal if he can get you down.
Mm-hmm. So he's lowballing it here at 250 as far as he's concerned.
As far as he's concerned.
So I'm gonna say, I don't know. I mean, I could do as low as 260.
He's gonna look at him again. Okay, that's a deal.
I'm gonna extend my, what do I have, like 3 fingers? In a
Yeah.
sort of weird handshake. I don't really know if Warforged usually shake.
Yeah, I mean, your hand like is the correct size to grasp somebody else's. So
So I'm gonna shake his hand, push the gems over to him.
and he's going to kind of go down and grab up 250 gold worth of, or 250 gold, or 260 gold, kind of count it out, put it, and kind of push it over to you. He doesn't have a spare pouch.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say, thank you very much. And
I
I'm
think you
gonna
should
turn around.
count that money. He didn't seem super convinced that he was getting you the right amount.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna be on my way.
I have gems to sell though. How many gems would you say 100 gold worth is?
100 gold worth.
Stop.
Well, I mean, it depends. Is it like one really good gem?
Well, I wanted to hear it from the DM on what my specific 100 gold in gems is,
It's like
because it'll change what I do.
3 medium to nice quality less rare gems, like a couple of sapphires and
It's like a 50-pound sack of just gem dust.
What the hell would you use that for? Also, I guess I could carry that, but I wouldn't want to.
It's just the lowest quality of gem you can possibly imagine. So small it looks like sand. But it's just a lot of them.
So, is this guy selling any rings? And do the rings have prices written on them or near them? So,
this guy himself is not selling rings. There are a couple people who are, and depending on the gem, you're looking at anywhere from like some of the nicer ones are selling for 300 gold. You know, ones that
Oh,
are
never
ones that
mind.
are made of gold and like encrusted with diamonds. So the less nice ones, like made of copper and have simple gems at the top, are selling for like 50 or so.
I don't want to do that. He's not selling any anyway, so
But there's other tables.
I'm not gonna have
Yeah, I
to
mean-
make up another character. Might as well just use the same one.
not?
I
It's
don't know.
fine. Go talk to somebody else if
The
you
other
want to talk to
characters
somebody
are just
else.
gonna have the same voice.
Yes, another nameless character vendor.
It's gonna
So
like
difficult for him to come up with.
Yeah.
I
you
know.
go over to another table and somebody pops their head up from behind the table and Walker's just like, wait a second, and turns around and it's like there's nobody at the other table.
Oh,
It's like,
that'd
aren't
be-
you that same guy from before?
No, 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 no.
Hello, welcome to my table. I am Ring Merchant. My backstory is my father sold rings. His father before him too.
He just
My
has
twin
like a
brother
hat on.
also
He's
sells
got like a
rings.
gem merchant hat on and he just quickly takes it off and puts the ring merchant hat on.
Flips the table over.
Everything's like glued to the table.
Oh, look at all those frames drop. I'm so glad I pay for good internet.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not even streaming anything that intensive.
Well, I mean, this is just showing me it's very clearly the internet and only the internet.
Well, also when you said, "Look at all those frames," drop.
I didn't hear that part. I just heard him say drop.
It sounded like robot-y.
It wasn't as bad as what Logan said, but it was a little.
I
robot-y.
exaggerated.
Logan is a robot.
Robot
So,
is
you know.
Logan.
I
1300.
am a robot.
Look at it go, just dropping literally every frame. I'm sending like 2.
Nice. So, are any of the tables? Do any of them look like they have like crossbows?
One sec, I'm gonna really quickly restart the stream.
That's
Okay.
also why I was waiting to follow up on my thing
Yeah.
because you were having issues.
So I'll be
Logan
right back,
interrupted
stream.
me, basically.
Mm-hmm.
The worst.
Well, we can do business simultaneously, Brandon.
No, we can't.
I mean, we can in universe.
But we
I
can't
mean,
out of. We can't in game.
yeah, but maybe like pick up your business while he's, rolling.
Rolling.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what I
Streaming,
did
recording.
with
on the
Logan.
floor.
I should be back, hopefully.
Yeah,
Fingers
after we
crossed.
light him on fire.
Well, it's first of all, it's after he drops.
We light him on fire after he drops.
It's not stop.
Why
yeah.
would he drop?
Stop. Drop. Fire. That
Nope.
doesn't.
Stop, drop.
In case of
I-
stop, drop, fire, and roll.
Oh god.
Yeah,
I
you
just
drop
can't
the
stream.
fire. and
That's
you roll
awesome.
into it.
I
Oh.
fucking love this.
Hmm.
Well,
You
I
can
guess I
still
will
Try
set
record
pushing
it.
into a different
Yeah.
port.
Yeah, that always works. 100%. That worked for me last time when I did it.
Didn't
it
it
did.
help?
I mean, what you to do, just keep rotating ports. There's only 4.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to stop streaming, but I'm going to record it. So, everybody watching, go to Brandon's stream.
Yay. I might have viewers.
And hopefully, I'll probably just not even include this part in the recording because it was pointless. Okay. Okay. And I am back to recording.
Cool.
Oh, I don't have permission to raid Brandon. Do I have permission to host, though? Because it seemed to indicate that I did.
I have no idea. Okay.
Okay, she's saying no. All right.
So what's happening now?
Brand?
Aren't. That's right. I was gonna go over to one of the people that are selling rings and take a
Okay.
look.
Okay.
I'd,
this is,
I'd rather look for one that's probably about 100 gold. That might be made of gold.
Okay. So you walk up to an older human woman selling kind of a variety of jewelry. And she kind of gestures to everything and she's like, prices are listed. I don't want to negotiate, so prices as listed. And kind of you look at the table and there's a couple of plain gold rings that are 120 gold.
Ew. That's too much.
And
Can I just interrupt
kind
you
of
for a
going up
sec
from
and
there.
say the gold rings are over 100 gold when it's the amount of gold that presumably would be in one gold?
Yeah.
They
Just-
actually cut the gold with
A water
silver.
jet? Oh, no. Or they just cut a gold ring out of a
A
gold
water
piece. And they sell it for 100 gold.
1 gold is actually like 10% gold.
Mhm. It's like 1 carat.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually Electrum. But it's secret.
I mean, Electrum would be like way more than 1 carat gold.
You look at all the gold you have and realize it's all just brass.
Fool's gold.
It's just
Pyrite.
fucking painted gold.
Okay, what about
I mean-
silver rings then?
Okay, really quick. I'm assuming the quality of gold in a coin is probably less than the
That's
quality
jewelry.
of gold in a ring.
Yeah.
So therefore, yes, the ring is going to be more expensive because it has to be worked a lot more and refined a lot more. So like you joking about carat, but like yeah, the rings are going to be like, you know, your 24 karat gold and your coins are going to be shit in comparison.
like 10
Be the
karat gold.
leftover
Very
stuff.
very burning, leftover, impure. Yeah. They're not going to be as shiny. It's not going to be as
Not annealed
nice.
properly.
But anyway, silver rings, there's a few for like, you're looking at 60 gold, 70 gold.
I do math in my head real quick. Okay. I will take out my 100 golden gems and point to one of the rings and be like, I'll trade these for that ring and 60 gold? That math work out? It'll still give me a profit.
I don't know if you can do that. Like, are you really gonna get change in gold for gems? Like, I don't know that anyone's gonna go for that.
It's basically I'm selling them to her and then buying the ring. Is what is basically happening.
But I don't know. People get like weird about that kind of stuff.
It's basically a trade.
It smells like scam.
Well, kind of is.
She's gonna look at them. I mean, yeah,
Want-
you're trying to get
want me
the
to
ring
roll
for
persuasion
40
then?
gold. She's gonna kind of look at the gems and be like, I'll give it to you for I'll give you the ring and 30 gold for them
Damn, she knows.
for the inconvenience of having to kind of deal with the gems myself.
Maybe I can go over to the gem guy and sell my gems and come
The
back.
jam guy?
Jam, not jam.
The jam guy.
Kind of, he seemed like he kind of gave almost all of the remainder of his money to
God
Walker
damn it.
to
Fuck
buy
you,
those
Walker.
gems. He doesn't seem like a smart businessman.
I guess I could go to one of the other gem guys because he was the one that was getting the least business, but that means
Jam
his other one.
guys?
Stop saying jam! It's a GE, not a JA. Completely different words.
Sure, I've just been thinking about jam this whole time.
Can I?
We've been streaming for an hour and we haven't done anything.
Can I make a smell perception roll for any jam?
You smell a lot of things, mostly fish.
Hey, we've been here before.
Fish jam?
Whatever, I'll just take the deal.
Okay.
I don't want to deal with other people.
She's gonna give you the ring and the 30 gold and take all the gems.
Cool.
And kind of as she takes each one, she's gonna look at it, double check it. She seems to be satisfied. Thank you very much.
So I'm gonna look around and see if I see any like crossboys.
I have plans for the silver ring besides wearing it. Eventually. I'll probably enchant it.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna eat it?
No, I'm not gonna eat it! But in the meantime, I am gonna wear it. So I hope it actually fits
I
my
was
finger.
so sure you were gonna say I'm not gonna eat it, but in the meantime I am gonna eat it.
No, because I have to
It
retrieve
happens.
it later.
It happens to fit well enough. I'm assuming you would have, if your intention is to wear it, then you would have checked which one
Yeah,
would fit you.
Probably.
She had a few silver ones.
Okay, Walker, you can do
So
whatever
are there
you're
any
gonna do now.
crossbows?
You can see kind of a couple of people selling weapons.
Okay.
There's some light crossbows.
But no hand crossbows?
Yeah, you could find a hand crossbow
Okay.
around, kind of crudely made, not the best quality, but they'll definitely do the job.
Okay. Are there any prices on them or what I have to ask?
Let me just see the actual price of a hand crossbow because that's something that's listed. Wow. Okay. So there's kind of two or three, like they're for sale at two or three different stands, and the cheapest price you see is for 75 gold.
75 gold, Jesus.
It's the actual price they are in the fucking player's handbook.
Jeez, it's like a dragon head.
I don't know if I can afford that. I mean, I only have like 10 times that.
I know, right? Whatever will you
Bitch.
do?
I need gold so I can enchant / make a wand of the War Mage.
What's the highest price that I see for them?
You see somebody selling theirs for 90. There's
Do
not
they
really
look
much of
better?
a difference. No,
Okay.
they're kind of all made around the same quality.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll go over to the cheap one. Do they have more than one available?
Yeah, you'll be able to. He's selling 3 of them in total.
Okay.
Buy all 3. Wield all 3.
I might be
Third
interested
hand.
in 2.
pick up a halfling along the way
I
to
mean-
carry on your back.
I don't have the picture of my feet anymore, but I think I do. I think my feet are pretty much the same as my hands, aren't they?
They're bigger.
Oh, okay. So I need to like 2
Modify
foot a
the
light
trigger guard.
crossbow. So it's not like a European AR where the trigger guard just slides off.
Nope.
Damn. So I guess I will. You say they look kind of crude?
It's just kind of mediocre workmanship.
Okay.
Wasn't made by anybody who's like a proper weaponsmith.
Okay. So I'm gonna talk to the guy with the cheap ones, and I'll say that I'm interested in 2 hand crossbows, and I'll give him 140 for the pair.
Okay. Roll me persuasion.
Damn.
Nope.
He looks and he's like, full price, 150.
Ugh, man. You drive a hard bargain. I'm gonna put my 150 on the table.
Okay. And he's going to kind of take the 2 hand crossbows, turn them towards you, grab a
Shoot you.
handful of bolts. He's like, I'll throw these in. It's
No,
just kind
thank
of,
you.
again, cheaply made bolts. They look like they'll fly
Stairs.
straight enough, but
Fucking
yeah,
bamboo
and then he'll
skewers.
take the 150 gold, put it away. Anything
Okay.
else you need?
Just so we're clear, these are like coins, right? So she's,
150 coins, yes.
so she's putting 150 coins on the table at once.
Pretty
I
much.
mean,
Yeah.
I figured that this was kind of an abstracted system in which there are like 100 gold notes.
No.
No,
think
they're
it's all just
coins.
coins.
It's gold pieces. So,
I suppose. Look, I'm a warforged. I have big hands.
And
You
even
trying
Not
to
a lot
tell
of
me
fingers to
that you
hold them,
carry
but-
all your gold in your hands at all times.
I could if I wanted to.
All right.
Look, I
moving
have a
on.
lot of dexterity. I'm also coin operated.
Okay, moving on.
I want to see if I can see someone that might sell magical items.
You look around and there doesn't seem to be anybody selling any magical objects. Just kind
Okay.
of not a common thing.
Figured I'd check. Gotta figure out what this rod is.
So do these hand crossbows look like I might be able to improve them with my tinkering skills, given a little downtime?
Possibly.
Okay.
I'm done with this place.
I've been done with this place. Are you done with this place, Logan?
I think I'm probably done with this place.
All right. So since we all seem about done with this place,
Done with this place.
what now? Do we have any more jobs?
I think the only thing we have left is to deal with the stupid mercenaries, bandits,
You just gotta finish cleaning up the streets.
taking out the
Oh,
trash.
but didn't they all leave? Last time we checked their house, there was nothing going on there.
See, I've got this here crowbar. See? Apparently that's how I sound like, according to Logan, but no.
Yeah.
No.
And the more you feed into it, the more you make it true.
But I keep saying no, so no.
And then
No does not
you
mean
talk
yes.
like that. But okay. Anyways, perhaps we should unless we can somehow find them, maybe we should just go for some other jobs. If I don't know where you found those previous jobs.
On the bulletin board.
Oh,
One of them. There are many.
that's a
The
novel
bounty
idea.
board.
Also, you can finish hanging up your flyers that you never finished. You hung up one.
I
Or
think,
no,
didn't I
did-
hang up two?
Hung up? Hang up? Hung? Wait.
Didn't I hang two?
I'm confused on the wording of that stupid English language.
Did you say that out loud?
No, I'm asking out of character.
The thing about the you didn't say any of that?
No.
Okay. And maybe we could advertise ourselves on this bulletin board. Or, if you have a nice concise advertisement, I might make it a little bit more visible than just a bulletin board.
By putting some good berry juice on it. Brightening it up.
No, he's gonna put it on his ass so everyone can see it.
Okay, apparently neither of you are genuinely curious about it, so,
I want to know.
Well,
If you
does
want to know, Walker
wanna
has to
know?
say
Walker
words.
stares at you.
Creepy.
Figured.
Inquisitively.
Oh, you're curious, aren't you? Well, I can make the clouds, say whatever we want to say, as long as it's concise enough.
Walker kind of thinks you're insane.
Andrea also thinks you're insane.
Oh, just give it
Walker's
a
just like, "The
chance. You
clouds,
guys
what
will see it.
incarnation?
You can control clouds.
Does Andrea say that?
No, I'm asking.
Oh.
Is that actually a spell?
Skywrite.
Oh.
Bitch, you can't fly. You don't have a plane. Wait, do you fucking Dumbo yourself into the air?
No, I control them from the ground.
Okay. And like toot your Snoop.
Nope, just a ritual cast.
Okay.
You cause up to 10 words to form in a part of the sky you can see. You made a cloud. Appear to be made of cloud.
Yeah,
I
it's actually
think-
made of something else.
I think
Chemtrails.
making an illusion of clouds would be harder than to
Strong
just
wind can
make
disperse the clouds. You have to see how windy it is too first.
It's not a strong enough wind. Like, I think a strong wind would be if someone used a gust or something.
Man, I
No.
should have learned gust then.
Do you
Just
have
to
to
fuck
write in
with
a
you?
language that you know?
Probably. I don't see how he can write in a language he doesn't know.
If you wrote it down, I would probably be able to recreate it. I assume,
So what, you're just
I don't
gonna
know, that would be a DM ruling, but I'm pretty sure that would be something I'd be okay with.
Like
well, another
copying
question.
Yeah,
words
like,
into the. Oh yeah.
Another
that-
question would be
that'd
like,
be
if you
fine.
can write in different languages, like 10 words in one language can be shorter in a different language.
I mean, sure, but people have to understand them.
What is
Well, I'm just
isn't the
saying,
only
like,
other
how can
language you
fuck
know
with
it,
the
Bissell,
rules? Yes.
Logan? So I would be the only one here probably that can read it.
You're not
Great,
wrong.
Would imagine.
great.
And also, well, I mean, we can split up the party that way and communicate one way at least.
Yeah, how would
But-
you split up with anyone else?
I would have to be with one of you two.
No, oh, that's what you mean. Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you meant just like Walker and I communicate with each other without you knowing, and then you communicate with someone without someone else knowing. That's what I thought you meant.
No. Yeah, and at the same time, we could just do it in common and have some Tom Apple action going on. Well, I use many word when few.
Pictures? Wait, it says words, so I assume
It's
a
words.
picture would be. Oh, you can't use pictures.
I
Like
mean-
a picture of an apple.
Is
Technically.
wingdings a language?
You could
Also,
you could hypothetically do a picture that
it wouldn't be very.
the line work would be about 10 words worth of lines.
Oh, dude, could you fucking make an
What are
emoji?
the
Like it'd be
10
an emoji
longest
style
words?
image.
I didn't know emojis existed in fucking D&D.
They don't.
But yeah, so I can do that. If we need better advertisement, or if we need to
okay.
send a better
Well, Walker's not flashy like
mean
that.
message to
You'd use a second tier spell slot for that.
it's a ritual cast.
Well, you still use
Yeah.
the spell slot, like one of the spells you know, for that.
I can
So
switch
do I
it
still
out
have a
after
flyer?
long
That is
rest.
true, Druid.
You would have I feel like you'd have probably a couple more copies of it.
Okay. Are there any boards nearby that are like poles or areas where things are posted?
I wouldn't assume they'd have telephone poles. They might have. Actually, they have lamp posts probably.
Yeah, lamp poles.
But are they made of metal
Yeah.
or wood?
I mean, how
Probably
fucking expensive
wood.
would it be to make it out of metal?
Depends. It could be rich people, place, things.
Hypothetically, you've got between the kind of support columns on some of the warehouses being wood and a couple of lampposts closer to the Brewers Guild. There are a
Well,
couple
does it
places
seem
you
like-
can put them up.
Does it seem like there are places where people post things? Like, I don't want to be in poor taste and post it somewhere somebody's just gonna have to clean it up.
And then they'll come find you because you advertised yourself anyways.
The Brewers Guild seems to have some kind of bulletin out front.
Okay.
There's
Well,
also the one in
I
front
wanna
of the
plop
key.
one there.
But you already plopped one at the.
Yeah, I already put one there. Whoa,
Okay.
Yeah.
While
I
we're there,
want
we might as well look at
I
it.
want to read the advert. What does it say?
Oh yeah, you haven't
Logan's
seen it.
advert.
Sharav hasn't seen it. Last time they were posted, you were getting drunk at church.
I feel like Logan just had somebody speak to her.
You did.
I heard
She
something
did.
in the background.
Oh, that's what you mean.
Sorry, my mom's making soup. She was just
Yeah,
yelling at me.
I
That's
didn't
what I
hear
meant.
that.
well, I did.
I didn't hear it either.
Dallin is the ultimate translator.
So Logan, Sharav wants to read your flyer. What does it say?
Oh Jesus, what the fuck did it say?
I don't remember. Something
Uh,
about geese at one point, but you crossed it
did
off and
say
wrote
something about
ghouls.
geese, but
But
yeah,
all the other ones
it
will
was
say
like
geese.
yeah, it was like it had my name on it. It was like Walker, experienced demon hunter, something ranger, extensive experience with geese, and then that's crossed out and it says ghouls.
But I don't think you did that with all of them. So this one
No,
would
I did
probably
it with
still
all
say.
of them.
Oh, you did? I thought you only
So
did
what's
like
the
one.
so is the something 2 words or is it 1 word?
Shut the fuck up.
No. I need to know because that changes what I put in
I-
the sky.
Like it's very sparse. It's like it only says what it needs to say.
Yes, I
so-
was counting the words, and if something is 2 words, then
I
it's
don't know that
11 words.
I don't know that something is on there.
Okay, so
And
it's
then it
just,
has a picture of my face that I've
so it's just
CNC
a
drawn.
it's just a ranger. Okay, so it's like your name, demon hunter, ranger, experience with ghouls,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it.
I don't know if you remember anything else about it, Dallin.
I don't remember anything about it. Gonna be honest. That sounds about right to me.
Okay. I'm
many
going
words is
to
that?
that's 7 words. I'm going to add the fluked fox. The fluked fox, sorry.
I was just gonna say we might want to add where to find. Yeah.
All right.
At
And
the
I'm
time, the
going
inn
to
didn't have a name, so.
I'm going to
Yeah.
I'm going to just, pop a squat and concentrate for 10 minutes and then skywrite it. So it's going to say Walker, demon hunter, ranger, experience with ghouls, the fluked fox. Yeah, that's 10 words.
Okay.
And it's
You write
going
it
to
out
be
there?
like spaced out in a sensible way so that
Yeah.
it's kind of read correctly.
Yep. I imagine it being like 2 lines, kind of being. You've written it how you would write it on paper, essentially. Like it is
Mhm.
it is
It's
done
written
properly.
like it is on the flyer, and then instead of a really nice drawn picture of me because he ran out of words, it's just like a little stick figure with a cowboy hat.
You can't even do
No,
that.
There's none.
There's none
of
left.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's going to stay up for an hour.
Okay.
Is this like a normal thing that happens, like people advertising in the sky, or are people gonna
Not
freak out
really.
and think it's like Armageddon?
There's a lot of people looking up and being very confused by it. The people who have heard
All
your name
press is
before,
good
or like
press.
heard of you guys before, are just like, fucking course they would. People who haven't heard of you are kind of freaking out a little bit.
Oh,
Not
really?
end of the
There you
world
go.
freaking out, but like they're like, what the hell is going on? It's not like it's a threat. Kind of the thing. It's written in a way
Okay.
that comes across as non-threatening.
As long as people aren't feeling like their lives are being invaded by advertisers.
Not quite yet.
Okay.
Not quite
They
yet.
don't need ad block yet. There, in this case, ad block would be Gust.
Yeah. Um.
Well, technically
yeah.
it only appears like there's clouds, so it's
Wait.
technically an illusion, isn't it?
Wait, so Gust? Oh wait, no, Gust is a cantrip.
I don't
Yeah.
think it would actually
is
work.
it?
Would it not
It is
be
the
strong
illusion
enough?
of clouds.
Is it
But
the
it's
illusion of
dispelled
cloud?
by strong
A
wind.
strong wind can
Oh, is it
disperse
the-
the clouds
Okay.
and dispel.
And I guess they're
early.
clouds.
I think
Yeah,
that's there
Gust
are
can get rid
actual
of it.
clouds.
Oh, okay.
They're just held in place by magic.
And Gust is a cantrip? Yeah, it's a cantrip. Let's see, what does it say?
So I guess
don't-
it's not an illusion, and you couldn't do an investigation check.
Wait a second.
Nope.
Would the clouds be within 30 feet?
No. Probably not.
I mean, that
Why?
would make them very difficult to read
They're big.
if they
though.
were.
Oh yeah, okay.
If they, it's
got
like
it.
If they were crammed into 30 feet, that'd be very difficult to read. So,
Well, no, I mean
They're
like
spread out
within
further.
30 feet of the ground.
oh no,
Okay, so I don't think Gust can work on it. It's not.
no,
You need There's another one. Gust of wind.
gust of wind. There's call storm as well. You could do.
Mm. And Gust of wind isn't a ritual, so I can I can just keep ritual casting it until they run out of spell slots.
Yeah.
And there's also summon giant electric fan.
no, there's not.
I mean, I'm sure there's
Definitely
summon
exists.
wind elemental.
I don't know
Wow.
what he's rolling, but okay. I don't know if low is
You
good or
need to
bad
know.
in this case.
Okay. What's the plan?
We stood around for
Let's
10
see,
minutes while he
mm,
casted that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
we
right
do.
now it's probably around 11 o'clock in the morning. After all the time you spent
Okay.
haggling.
Did anyone decide to actually look at the bulletin board as we stood around for 10 minutes? See if there's anything new posted.
You didn't see anything new posted on that one.
I mean, you guys could have just told me that you were going to an area, and I would just catch up with you when I was done. That too. I mean, we're in the town. I don't expect you to like wait
Well,
on me if you have
yeah,
other things to do.
I assume anywhere we would have really wanted to go probably would have taken about 10 minutes to get there. So
We'd still have to wait for 10 minutes.
Yeah, I don't think I
Yeah.
can move while I'm ritual casting.
yeah, no, but like then we would have just gotten there, and then you would be starting to catch up.
Okay, yeah, sure. Where are you going?
I don't know. Is there anywhere we need to go?
Well, I assume you would go and check the other bulletin boards,
Oh
right?
yeah, I guess we'll check the other bulletin boards. So I know that there's one like up here, right?
Yep.
And then I don't know where other ones are, but I think I don't know. I don't
There's
remember.
one inside the keep.
Right.
It's just kind of like inside off to the one
I
side.
feel like I put my flyer on 2 different bulletin boards, but I don't remember where the other one was.
I
Yeah,
believe you
did.
put them on the one next to the inn and the one in the keep.
Oh, okay, that's what I did. Okay. Then
Yep.
I'll check those, I guess, because they're near each other.
Okay. On the one, that one outside the inn, you don't see anything.
Okay.
On the one inside the keep, you see a posting for somebody needing a courier.
Hurry.
Yeah. And they want you to contact them at 12
Cut out.
Paladin Lane.
I think you
Thanks,
cut
I
out
have
at
no
the
idea
start
where
of
that
that.
is.
Anyways.
You would be able to. It's in a place where you would be able to find it based on street signs,
Okay.
though.
Okay. Is there any other information on this ad?
Basically, it just says it wants you to come contact Lestellan over at that house, and that it is an item that needs to be safely transported, and he doesn't want to wait for the next caravan to go to the city of. Fucking remember what I called it.
Man, you know how long we'd have
Where
to
did I put
walk for
this?
that?
Excuse me. Do you know who you're talking
Perennia.
to?
It's
It's in the
just
name.
because your name's Walker doesn't mean it's quicker for you to walk.
Bitch. I mean, it actually is quite quick for me to walk. I can move
It is quite
stealthy
quick.
at a normal pace, and my normal pace is 35.
Yeah, so you just take it and you leave us behind because you walk more than 5 feet faster than us.
Well, I just have to switch into a animal that walks fast.
Fuck you
enough.
guys then.
Oh, and I would ignore difficult terrain.
Well, if I'm a large
Maybe you're on a road.
If I'm a large beast, you can probably just ride me.
Nope, I'm not riding you.
Is the road the
Nope.
fastest way?
It is a pretty direct road between these two
Okay.
cities.
Do I
It's
know where
still
this
a
other
little-
city is?
It's the one that you actually guys came from.
What's it called?
Okay.
Perennia. It's basically back up to the north. About 6 days. 5 and a
Hmm.
half, more exact, but
Well, I guess we could do that, but we would want to kind of tie up some loose ends here first, of course.
okay. So as you are inside the keep, is it just Walker inside the keep, or did Andrea follow?
I
in this
probably
case?
followed.
Okay. So as you are kind of standing there with the paper in your hand, looking at it, reading it, basically deciding whether you want to follow up with it or not, one of the guards walks up to you, taps you on the shoulder, and is basically like, the king wants an audience with you. Where's the third one?
Ooh, I used all my dash actions to catch up with you guys.
Alright. Whatever. King wants
What
an
the fuck
audience
is an
with the three of you.
action?
Well, I'd assume we spent a few minutes looking at the one in front of the Fluked Fox anyways, and then there'd be a few minutes
It'd
here.
be about.
We'd
He would have
probably-
just gotten there as this guard walked up to you.
Be like, where's the third one? Oh, there.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how it went.
Oh, did you see the weird clouds? They seem strangely provocative.
Talking to the person inside the keep.
Yeah, he
Inside a
looks at you. He's
building.
like, I mean, maybe on my lunch break I'll. What are you talking about?
Well, just make sure you eat lunch within the next hour. That was quite a run.
He's gonna give you a funny look and be like, just follow me, and lead you guys into the throne room, which you've never seen before because
Ooh,
you were
we're gonna get to meet
interrupted
the Pope.
beforehand. So you walk in. Find where I fucking wrote this all down. Okay. So it's kind of, I guess, a throne room slash grand hall. You walk in and it's full of splendor. It has very high vaulted ceilings,
It's wonderful.
large tables running up in two columns all the way up to the slight dais where the royal table would be brought out um, in front of the throne to seat kind of the guests of honor in the royal family themselves. Um, and in the throne right now, it's like a very high backed, uh, gold inlaid, yellow and black throne, kind of bigger, larger than life, I guess, but at the same time, not so large that it makes the kind of frail looking elf sitting inside look diminutive. He still looks like a king.
Okay.
And this would be King Estin II. Immediately
Do
to
we
your
know that?
left. I mean,
Like,
ha-
where have we heard that name?
you probably would have heard it talked about because he does govern a large section of this
Oh, okay.
surrounding region.
Okay.
You guys would have, I guess, fallen just outside of his jurisdiction before you came here,
Okay.
but kind of you hear some things amongst the city. People would have referred to him as King Estin. Immediately to your left is like a painting of the former king, King Estin the First.
Okay.
And just beside his chair, actually, is the court mage as well. You can gather from the very fancy robes he's wearing.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a second throne next to his, like a queen's throne?
Yes,
Is it occupied?
it is empty right now.
All right.
Are you gonna hit on the king?
No, I wanted to know about all the powers that be, all right? I want to know if there's a queen.
Like, well, the queen's not here.
I mean, it either means that, it's left there since since his mother, the previous queen, or he has a queen who is not currently around.
Or not around anymore.
Or is not around yet.
Well, not around anymore. I mean, I don't know. That doesn't really happen to a queen unless the king wants it to happen, and in that case, I'm sure the throne would have been moved out.
You know, there's disease there, Psycho.
Yeah, I mean it's a royal family. They probably all have hemophilia.
If only they didn't have a royal mage who I'm sure knew how to purify people of disease.
It's a special anti-magic disease.
I don't think the royal mage can do like anything against like breast cancer.
Or any cancer.
I mean, the royal mage might not be able to, but a cleric with greater restoration, yes.
Is breast cancer a real thing in D&D?
Why not? It just gets cured a lot easier if you've got access to a
I suppose.
cleric with greater restoration. I assume it would be curable because they can cure cut off hands with greater
they can grow
restoration.
back limbs.
So I'm going to go ahead and assume that
But
it
that
can
only
also
causes more
cover.
cancer.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's basically cancer right there. The whole hand is cancer now. It's cancer
whole
hand
hand
instead
is
of hand cancer.
All right, so we're in the chamber, or something.
Yeah, you guys walk in. Give me one quick second to check things. Sorry, I want to see if what exactly would be going on, just so I can. Eh. Okay. So you walk into this into the throne room, and the king sees you, and once again, he's a rather frail, elderly-looking elf, and you know he doesn't show up like outside of the throne room much. His hair is very gray, and he's very heavily wrinkled, but he still sits like a king, and his eyes kind of have a sharpness that you wouldn't expect of someone of an elf, especially who looks that old.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm gonna just kind of lift my hat a little bit and then put it back down, but I'm gonna like lift it from the back so that it still covers my forehead.
Right.
I'm going to like before we really get in there, I'm going to just kind of open up my cask that has the good berries soaking in water to kind of keep them fresh. I'm going to pull a little bit of that kind of good berry-esque water into my trunk and then kind of, spritz it under my armpits real quick.
To give yourself a quick freshen up.
Yeah. Haven't showered in a good ever.
Most people don't.
Good
On
ever.
the way in, is there like a carpet or like a
Yeah,
rug? Okay.
the majority of the floor is covered in a large decorative rug.
On my way in, I'm just gonna like kick my feet against the wall or something, just get some of the mud off them, so I don't get it all over the carpet.
Actually, I think as a
There's
point
very
of
little
order,
mud on your feet.
I have
You're
dirt
walking
or
on the
showered
city
whatever,
most of the day.
dust.
I've given myself a trunk shower in a river every now and again, so I have showered before.
Yeah, I imagine you would have cleaned up for some
Just-
things whenever you're
just-
dirty.
We haven't been near a river in a while, so
This is
Well, right
correct.
next to
Sorry.
the water, though, Sykes.
I just
yeah,
realized
but
I haven't
that's
Is
salt
that
asked.
water? It'll work.
right?
I haven't asked
is
this
salt
before,
water.
but
Yeah. Okay,
do you eat with your trunk?
I mean, I don't chew with it, but
No,
I,
but
I-
like, do you shovel food into your mouth with your trunk?
What
like an
food?
elephant
He
does?
eats a single good berry, and he's
No,
I
but
done.
he's
mean,
eating food.
when you've seen me eat, I kind of treat it as just a third arm in
Okay.
a lot of cases. So yeah, sure, it would happen.
Okay.
That's how the Borderlands 3 Cycle is gonna shoot himself 3 times.
Oh,
He's got a
fuck,
trunk.
he's gonna be a Loxodon.
That's
Perfect.
why they had to put another planet into the mix.
Okay, so you guys walk into the room, and the king leans forward a little bit and turns to the court mage, and it's like you see him say something, but it's a bit of a distance, and you don't quite make it out. And as you get closer, he's kind of says louder with the court mage helping him up. He says to you, "Off to the side there, there's a room. We should go in there and talk." And he
Wouldn't
points
he
out
know
one
like
of
the name of the room?
one
A
of the-
room. There's a room.
It's just a small audience chamber. I mean, calling it
Wouldn't he
that
be
to you
like,
guys
Let's
means
go to the
nothing.
audience chamber. It's out there. There's a room over there. Let's go in there.
There's also rooms over there and over there, but we'll go into
He
this
pointed-
one.
I mean,
This
he-
is a
he
room. We're standing in a room right
pointed at the
now.
room. He pointed at the room he intended.
I know, but
Right.
you're saying there's a room
guys,
over
we
there.
get to go to the king's special room.
So he basically leans on the court mage to walk into this room.
I follow him.
Yeah, we're gonna follow him in, and then he's gonna say, "I did not hit her.
Okay.
So
You
court
were in
mage-
the room."
the court mage helps him sit down, shuts the door, and then starts casting a spell.
To prevent outside looky-loos.
Listen, lose.
I'm gonna cast a spell. I'm gonna cast cutting words. I'm gonna wait. Does he have any metal on him? All right, yeah. I'm just assuming that it's gonna be something benign. So
Yeah.
just gonna let it go.
Oops. If you want to try and figure out what it is, you can make me an Arcana check. If you don't care, he casts the spell. Nothing feels like it changes. around you guys. But yeah. So he kind of ushers everybody close-ish to himself and the king, and the king turns to you and starts speaking, and he says, I know I look old, but I am not. I am under the effects of some, I don't know if it's a spell or a poison given to me by, I suspect, my brother-in-law, the General Corellin. The only reason I feel confident speaking to you now is because he's out on his hunting trip with the steward and won't be back for a few more days. He keeps tabs on me, and I don't know, I assume that you've noticed from your interactions with the guards that I've heard of that the guards have been limited in their capacity, and I believe he is responsible for this.
Sorry, is this Rohan?
Am I doing a voice? I'm
No,
sorry.
it's just in Lord of the Rings there was like the king who got like artificially
Yeah.
olded
Oh, that's
and
right.
like
Oh.
blinded.
Well, in Lord of the Rings, he got olded
tropey.
by
aware.
his assistant.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't his brother that was the general of the army. It was
But
just
She's just doing the he got
It's
olded
just
comparison.
very similar.
Sure, but that's that's a
by
good
a
curse to
by a
get someone with.
trusted advisor.
Because I'm sure the general can't become the king if he outright kills the king. But if the
Yeah.
king dies naturally, then I'm sure it just goes to the next of kin.
He could be a regent. Or I guess the queen would be a regent, and him being her brother at that point kind of has a certain measure of control. But yeah, that's kind of, he goes over and he explains kind of, he's got no heir
Mhm.
at the moment. Him and his wife are working on it, but this, I mean, the effect on his body artificially has aged him, and he's shooting blanks.
Mhm.
Doesn't say that, but implies
Sharav
it.
is just like, yeah, you do have no hair.
So he turns and
Does
he's
not
like,
say that. Sharav, actually, this entire interaction has been just stuffing his trunk in his mouth to try and keep himself from saying anything stupid. Because, like, the first thing he wants to do is just cast Detect Magic, but he just is holding himself back.
So you get a lot of the king's life story, I guess. Kind of the fact that he's only about 200 years or about 300 years old. He just kind of was born after the 4-Hour War,
Mhm.
and his father was kind of one of the founding members of Galadia, but was very shortly after the city itself was made habitable and given a government, was killed by
Ooh.
something. Nobody's ever really figured that one out, but at the same time, nothing has happened
Mhm.
as far as he could tell. So he became the king and ruled from there. And now kind of he's stuck here because in essence he has no heir. He can't do anything dangerous. He knows that General Corellin is stronger than he is, has kind of the command of the guard, and at this point, appearing like an old man, it's very easy to write off some of the things he says as, oh, he's going senile. His
Mhm.
insistence that he's not that old, or that he's not, 700 years old, all of this kind of is being written off because, well, he looks and sounds old as fuck.
Mhm.
The one ally he has that he thinks he can trust is the court mage, whose name is Gwydion.
And this is the same one who got delivered the cipher.
Do you mention that?
No, he was asking if that
Yeah,
was.
I'm asking if I would know that.
That's what you were told.
All right.
Yeah, you gave it to the steward, and he said he would bring it to the mage.
Oh, but what we just found out, the steward's working with the brother-in-law that poisoned him. He might have never got it,
It's possible.
but it's not set in character, so Shirav wouldn't know that probably.
So, are they waiting for us to speak now? Like, have they pretty much said their piece and are wanting us to try and figure something out?
So basically, the king is going to finish up. I need allies right now. I'm worried that this weakening of the guard is the general preparing us to potentially be attacked. If he just wanted my role as king, or he wanted to be regent, he wouldn't bother filling the guard with useless rabble from who knows where, and he would just focus on that leading me to my death. But he's been doing this, and I don't know if he means to defame me and make me look weak, or if he truly means to give our city to the hands of someone else.
Demons. Dun dun dun.
Do you say
So-
that in character?
No!
So I need you to take these letters. He pulls a handful of letters out of his pocket, deliver them to some of the other kingdoms around, and hopefully bring me help. Bring me someone who can help me free the city from whatever plot General Corellin has.
Walker's just gonna say, "Why don't we just kill this guy?"
He, did you guys see him leave on his hunting trip this morning?
Oh, they were leaving? I thought they were coming back.
No, they were leaving.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I didn't make that clear. They went out the gate and left away.
All right.
You guys saw that it was Malavesto in there, and now it's being
Right? Yeah,
confirmed that
Machiavelli was in there.
General Corellin has left as well. Since you didn't know him, even if you kind of saw more, excuse me, even if you saw more details about him, you wouldn't have known who he was. You had an idea that somebody else was in the carriage, and now you know who it was.
So I assume now Sharav is probably putting pieces together that maybe the steward was not the most trustworthy person.
Would Shirav though?
Shrav is he's smart. He just doesn't know a lot of things. He's ignorant. He's not stupid.
Naive,
Yeah.
a little bit.
Oh well, I wonder
Uh,
if any of we all saw that the steward took the letter.
Yeah, I mean,
So
you guys.
one of us
you guys could say it.
should
You-
probably know.
You know, he took the
I don't
letter
really care
instead
about the
that
letter.
he would give it to. I mean, it was a letter that kind of referenced the event of the whole gunpowder thing.
Who? Oh, that's right. That's.
Hmm.
that's
It
good.
wasn't like it was Sharav's purpose in any particular sense.
I'll be right back.
Do you know of Benwin? He is one of your soldiers.
Ah, yes. I heard he was involved in whatever caravan accident befell you guys, and you helped him come back to safety, and that's part of the reason that I trust you. You seem to do things for the interest of good.
Accident.
I, I don't
So,
know. I'm only told what General Corellin allows me to know. I I didn't get a report from Benwin. Benwin would have given it to his captain, and his captain would have given it to Corellin, and Corellin didn't give it to me.
Oh. Well, beyond the report, we also recovered a cryptic letter that I believe made it to your mage friend.
We don't know it was cryptic because wasn't it actually sealed with magic or was it?
No,
it
I
was
opened it and looked
magically
at it.
it was
Oh.
magically coded.
Ah,
You would have had
okay.
to use another spell to decipher it. So hence the fact that it was
Okay.
being given to the mage. The mage looks at you, thinks for a second, and no, I never got such a thing.
Oh,
Who did you give it to?
you said his name was Malvesto? That's... Who names their
Back.
kid that?
At this point, the king's gonna go, that bastard.
That's like an evil person name, right?
Who named what?
Malvesto, the steward.
Maleficent.
So the court mage, he didn't deliver it to me. He must be holding on to it, or maybe he was the recipient. What was this letter like? You said it was magically encoded. Do you know anything else?
I wish I could have deciphered it myself. It's quite an interesting piece for me personally, but no, I couldn't get any information from it. I just know that it came from, I believe, the unfortunate body of the ranking soldier on that caravan trip.
Was that where it came from? I don't remember.
It was.
I was gonna say that was episode 1 shit.
An elephant never forgets, Brennan.
It was absolutely where it came from, yeah. So somebody in the guard. I wonder if I could get record. And see who that was. That might give us some more insight into the situation.
Well, Benwin's a good man. If you were to ask him directly,
Yeah,
though,
that might take more time. I think he's one of the ones that went out. We've been keeping more of an eye on him. Him and a couple other guards who don't seem to be under the sway of whatever General Corellin is planning. And we've been keeping an eye on them specifically, and he's one of the ones that's off currently on one of the caravan missions.
How's
may
Corellin
I
spelled?
ask?
Corellan.
Okay.
Oh, got all types of vowels wrong.
I was
Everything-
thinking like
everything
Corrales with an
else.
N.
Everything else was right,
No.
but the vowels. I got the E right.
Vowels are important. Like,
So
Weirdly enough, not all the names have a Y.
well, may I know the other soldiers you have been keeping an eye on? Perhaps any of the city guard that are constantly stationed here.
Eld is one of the more common ones around. He's
Figured.
more senior.
Yeah, we got a couple of him. He's very common.
a couple. They turned into trading cards.
Yeah.
Oh God, we're in Hotel California.
Yeah, a chain of memories up in here.
He seems to do a good job. He tries to instruct some of the rabble that's been brought in on fighting techniques and such, but he doesn't seem to get anywhere. He's not their designated superior, so they don't listen to him. But he seems to try and do a good job.
And your personal guard, what of them?
I don't trust them myself. They were picked by General Corellin. He kind of handles all of the guard, all of the army. any of that. That's why there's none of them here with us today.
You are the king. Simply switch them.
Nah, I don't know who I can trust. I can't have a guard of 2 or 3 people. I'm hoping that
Then make it a guard of 5. Us, Eld, and Benwin.
I need you taking these letters, and I need General
You're-
Corellin to not suspect that something is wrong, that I'm doing anything proactive.
Oof. Well, I guess keeping you enfeebled might actually be a good ruse. To keep
He-
him unaware.
He does treat me as helpless, and me playing along with the helpless until you bring me allies may be the best course of action.
And about this problem you have, what have you done to try and fix it? What has your mage done?
Well, I've done a lot. I can't detect any traces of poison. We're currently in an anti-magic field, which should dispel any effects on the king. It's not the first time I've subjected him to such spells that would normally dispel all kinds of magic, and he's still, uh, at this point, not rapidly aging, but his aging hasn't been reversed. The
And
one
you've-
thing we haven't been able to try is a greater restoration spell, but that is in the works. We're talking to the church right now and trying to determine whether they're trustworthy before bringing them in to see and to try and help once again in the interest of keeping Corellin out of the loop.
The priests of the church, you may not need them to be trustworthy. You may just be able to get, say, us to force their hand. It's one spell. If that's all we need out of them, that would be an easy course.
Oh, I'm sure it could be done. I mean, we could just pay them to do it and they wouldn't hesitate. Uh, but it's a matter of then, once again, they will tell or potentially tell General Corellin that the king is seeking freedom from this curse. And especially if General Corellin knows that a greater restoration spell could free Eston. At that point, I mean, General Corellin will probably have agents in the church already, watching for us to make this move.
Hmm. Well, how about we frame it as a sort of kidnapping, perhaps by some otherworldly being who leaves a trace that is slightly, if not majorly, unmistakable.
Oh,
And then, if we were able to bring this kidnapped clergyman to you and he heal you, we can simply keep him in chains until, we have control of the situation entirely.
That is an option. There are the logistics to consider of housing a man. I mean, there's the Keep's dungeons, of course, but is the Gowler under pay of Corellin? We don't know who we can trust.
If you get me Benwin, perhaps I could find a house that could keep him and perhaps aid in the ruse altogether.
Okay. Yeah. As long as we can keep up the ruse that King Eston is weakened by this, I think that we'll have time.
Well, you have illusion magic, don't you?
Yeah, but a sharp mind can see through that. I'm not sure of the capability of General Corellin, and honestly, I'm not sure of the capability or trustworthiness of Queen Alistrin either. She might be a part of this plot. Mm, She is Corellan's brother, after all, or sister, after all.
Well, simply play up the frailty. He's fallen ill beyond what he was once and cannot see anyone. He is to be kept out of sight.
Alternatively, we could just fake a magic that would need, or fake some kind of illness that would need greater restoration to fix, and by doing so, we give another reason other than the frailty to have a greater restoration cast on King.
But that still raises the problem of this general knowing that the king has been restored.
Right. Does shorten our window, shorten our time.
What do we need to be done once we do restore the king? How can we take control of this situation? How do we
Trustworthy
gain-
allies in case the general has his guard rebel. Right now, we know of enough guardsmen who are under his employ that they could storm the castle and storm the keep and take it by force. We wouldn't be able to stop them with the number of trustworthy guardsmen we have, and even with your help, we don't think that you could stand against 100 men.
So we need men. I've known of a certain group within the city that has men. And they
Oh.
are not part of the guard. Do you know
Elaborate.
anything about the criminal element in the city?
Not much. Again, I'm only told reports, and Gwydion as well. Are only told reports that are handpicked by General Corellan. He insists that he can handle the rest, and that we don't need to concern ourselves with it. And any insistence we have is stonewalled.
So there is a chance that we have started maybe a bit of a crime issue that may be rearing its head sometime in the future, as we did not chop off said head in the time we had, and it has fled for now. When it returns, perhaps we could pit it against this general's guard, and in doing so, weaken the general, strengthen ourselves.
You say they have men. How
So
many?
I've heard. Supposedly they come in waves, but that was before their operations were disturbed by us, so I have heard that they have a constant revolving door of men, never the same for too long, so I imagine hundreds.
And you don't know where they go?
Ugh, we were merely asked to deal with the ones in the town. When they fled, I haven't a clue where they go.
The kings can look at Gwydion. The guard has been bolstering their numbers from somewhere. I'm wondering if Corellan might be recruiting these new members from this criminal underworld, under element you speak of.
Well, fuck.
These men are not incapable of fighting, merely inexperienced, and a lot of them cause more rabble than any previous guard that would have been allowed, any true guardsman like Eld or Benwyn. And this fits very, very well.
All right, so we have no allies here. Good to know. These men that they have in the guard, they're probably easily swayed, but perhaps they've already been swayed enough by the general to even join in the first place, and they're not willing to give that much up. We probably do need to get your allies, but I worry about us leaving for an extended time. What would happen to you?
Well, I've been in this case for probably 10 years now, and it progressed quite quickly, but it hasn't really changed since then, and he's been keeping me as, I think, a figurehead, as somebody he feels he can manipulate because he has power. He has not only physical power over me, I couldn't lift a blade against him, but also the ability to threaten the way of life in my city.
How old are you?
I am
Didn't you say it was 300?
I am just under 300. I am 292 years old.
That is nothing for an elf.
No. I should be in the prime of my youth.
Alright, tell us about these allies you wish us to send letters to.
Well, up in Perennia, they have a small guard force. Um, they'd be loath to part with it, but we might be able to gather some numbers from them. Out to the east, the city of Alest, they hold a stronger guard. They are more under threat by orcs, from what I heard about 30 years ago. So their city is much more heavily fortified and heavily garrisoned. Almost every citizen there is under military training and has mandatory military service. So if we can levy some of their citizens, their trade has been very healthy over the past few years, and I believe that they might be our strongest ally. Did I say east or west?
You said east.
Okay. I just immediately blanked and forgot that. Out to the west, there's a lot more nomadic tendencies. We often meet at points to trade with some of the bands that roam on horseback, setting up camp for weeks at a time and traveling for months. And we might be able to levy some of their horse. They're fearsome warriors. And they might not be as much good in the city proper, but if the general is weakening us from an outside assault, they would bolster our numbers and be a terror in the field. Other than that, I've included some more general propositions of more general, I guess, pleas for aid to anyone who may listen. I leave that up to your discretion. Any allies you might find or might think of along the way, call them to us.
Do you maybe worry that in calling out to these neighboring towns, these neighboring cities, they might see an opportunity here to take over?
They may. I know out to the east, I don't think that they have the ability to focus their energy in two separate places like that. And I know the horsemen to the west aren't interested in settling down. Some of the more devious folks in Perennia might see an opportunity here, but like I said, they maintain a rather weak presence. There may be some element that I don't foresee here but I have to take this chance. As it stands, I see that I'm losing grasp on my city. I have to take the opportunities I have.
Understood. Well, I think we'll be taking those letters and making our way, as you said, unless my two companions have anything to say.
He slides the letters across the table towards you.
All right, thank you. I take the letters, put them in my pouch right next to my gold, and I say, we will make haste in this order.
One more thing before you go. Gwydion kind of pulls out of his pocket a small, very polished black stone with a small rune inscribed on top of it. This is a sending stone. It will allow us to keep in some form of contact. If you kind of hold your thumb over the rune here and whisper the word message into it, it'll allow you to send about 2 sentences, messages, and I can reply, and vice versa. And it might allow us some discreet form of communication if anything comes up on your journey, or if you find anything else that you want me to look at that would be better suited to hand to me personally. I don't think we can trust any middlemen anymore, as shown by Malavesto's treachery.
And if we were to be caught with this stone, could it be tracked back to you?
Possibly. I don't know. If they're working with some very, very powerful magic, and we happen to be currently speaking on it, maybe there might be some divination magic that could do it. But
Only if we're speaking on it.
it pretty much would have to be in use, or they would have to use it. If you want to change the passphrase, we can discuss something that would allow us a little more secrecy. Message is kind of just a general purpose, easy to
Nipple.
remember thing.
Make
Do you actually
nipple.
say
No, I'm not gonna actually
okay?
say that.
I thought you said nibble at first, and that seemed a little more reasonable. But nipple, yeah, yes, okay.
No, why would you
Hmm.
say nibble?
Just whisper, nipple.
Oh yes, that is a good idea. Let's make the passphrase dimple.
Okay. He grabs your stone back, pulls out the other stone, like a matching stone from his pocket. It is very similar, has the same rune on the top of it. Holds them together and incants a short phrase, pulls them to his face and whispers dimple.
So how big is the stone?
Imagine like a stone that you'd use for skipping, kind of palm sized.
Okay.
But it's a little more thick and round than that.
A little more girthy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
We
It's,
should
sorry.
not be using this stone, but for when we feel it most necessary. And in such, I will give it to my most careful of comrades, Andrea, please.
And I
You
guess I'll
are
grab it.
very careful with your words. I think it belongs with you.
Careful with my words. As in never speaking, so yeah.
Look, I don't talk much either.
You talk
Okay.
like 4 times as much as Andrea.
That's true.
He hands
Andrea
Andrea the
just
stone.
doesn't ever talk.
No, I
He's
guess
more
I'll take it.
speaking this session.
It's true.
All right. Should we meet more peaceful times? I would have something to ask you, Mage. but for now, it can wait. And I make to leave.
The king is going to look at you and thank you all. I need allies I can trust right now, and I think that I've found them in you. Farewell, and safe travels.
I was just like, inside me?
You can trust my skeleton. Alright, so I go ahead and leave the keep if nothing else gets in my way.
Nope, nobody else stops you. You hear kind of the king being helped up behind you, and that's really about it.
So I'm just curious. The fact that I was in a an anti-magic field, and I was okay. Aren't I made of magic?
You're made of weird magic.
Magic
Okay.
that's like ingrained in things kind of doesn't get anti-magic that well.
Okay.
Well, anti-magic field is special in that it'll render magic items moot. So technically, I guess he would have dispelled it before doing his incantation with the stones.
Okay.
But Warforged are special in that
Do we have an anti-magic Faraday cage around us so that we can
There's-
operate inside anti-magic fields?
it's a little bit more than just magic that you run off of.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
There's it's kind of grown to be its own thing.
Okay, so it's like magical clockwork.
Yeah, kind
If
of.
I was in a anti-magic field for long enough, would I stop working?
Say it's a possibility, but it would have to be a very strong, focused anti-magic
Okay.
field.
Okay.
I mean, you have to think the king is basically cursed with something very powerful, and it didn't get anti-magicked away. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
there's some things that are just like so ingrained at a certain point
Well-
that they just can't be anti-magic
Yeah.
fielded.
I figure the king had literally just been aged, and so even if you cancel or even if you temporarily disrupt the spell, he's not going to go back to being young. Even though you could hypothetically reverse it if you could break the spell.
It's a
I
possibility.
don't know.
They're not sure. And he hasn't had as much time. Like part of them talking would have been the mage kind of clarifying that he hasn't had as much time as he'd like to study what's going on because
Mm-hmm.
they have to kind of hide their activities from General Corellin.
Mm-hmm. God, I still every time you say Corellin, I just think Corrales.
So when we leave, I kind of huddle close to them and I say, I wonder if maybe we could buddy up with this general and, start, messing up his whole operation from the inside.
Well, I
Perhaps.
already want to snipe this guy.
Do you say that?
No.
Okay.
I'm
Perhaps
just making my intentions clear.
perhaps we could, volunteer the guard to meet up with those orcs we heard about. Enemy of my enemy, and all of that.
Mm-hmm. The orcs?
Anything to weaken them will be to our betterment. The problem is, perhaps we should see about instilling a shadow guard to be here when the real guard dies.
Mm-hmm.
Something that will protect the city from anyone who would wish it harm at that point. But we should make haste in figuring where we should go.
Did Sharav see the flyer?
He saw you guys looking at it. He didn't get a chance to read it.
Yeah, I
Okay.
didn't really notice it that much.
Well, I guess I would explain what was on the flyer to him.
So you wanna go to Perennia, huh? was-
You know, it makes sense.
One of the places we
Hmm.
had to go.
True,
Anyway.
but I don't see.
You're talking in character. I didn't. Damn, Sharav,
Okay.
breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah, it's my
It's
fault.
really hard to tell when
It's
you're talking in
hard to tell.
character because you don't do a voice.
Which
I
is
don't.
fine.
I also don't talk in
but-
character because I don't talk usually.
I would
So
like to
99% of the time.
go to the city out to the east though, more so, because it seems like we could possibly start something there that could help us out here. Whereas if we go to Perennia, it might all be for naught. It seems like they don't have much that could do much more than maybe a little dent in the guard's defense.
Like the king said, you do have time, and he seemed like he was hoping, or like his idea was that you would go to multiple different places before and like kind of arrange everyone to come back to the city at a certain time. He had a feeling that basically the way he explained it was the city out to the east would be good in the city for defense and all that if you could levy some of their troops. The horsemen, not so good in the city, but better outside the city if that came to be something that was needed. And kind of whatever aid you could get from Perennia, whether it's troops or supplies. He kind of seemed like he had an idea of all of like everything you could bring kind of massed in. Like he said, you do get this sense that this will continue on, this whole kind of equilibrium of him being weak and helpless and the general holding the power will continue on for a good amount of time.
So those letters that I was given, did I get a chance? Like, can I read them? Just to know exactly what he's wanting us to.
They are sealed, like with the king's seal and everything, so you don't want to disturb that. But
Yeah.
he explained to you like basically they're just pleas for help. They are basically terms of allying yourself with the king of Galadia, kind of securing trade between Galadia and whatever else for certain amounts of time. Him just trying to appeal to the different sensibilities of the people he's asking. And the general ones just kind of offered rewards. Nothing was specifically named, but kind of general pleas for help. But he is a king and he has things to offer.
All right.
He wasn't shy in explaining this. He didn't kind of seem like he was hiding anything. He seemed like he was really bearing himself in front of you.
All right. Perhaps we should just go. I don't believe, from what we've heard, that the ne'er-do-wells that we've been severing heads from will be doing much of anything in our departure, as they apparently are the guard now. So it'd be strange for the uniformed guard to be trying to break into businesses, but maybe we should stop by Alia just to check in and make sure that she's okay with our decision to leave for the time being.
I guess Walker should also like agree with that, but then also say that we should probably check out what this guy who has this work for us is all about before necessarily making a decision?
He's in Perennia, right?
Nope,
Oh,
he's in Gladia. He wants a package carried to Perennia.
oh yes. Yeah. So sorry, I'm a little bit frazzled with everything we've just learned. We should definitely do that. No sense in making a journey without getting all the coin we can for it, right? I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Coin seems to be something we want.
Well, how else are we gonna get wares?
Khajiit has wares if you have coin. No. Nobody?
Nope.
Okay.
I
That is
understood.
what
I
I was
just didn't.
referencing.
Skyrim.
I just didn't react to it.
I mean, I let out a little chuckle, but that's all I got out of
I was
it.
also muted at the
didn't
time
pick
anyway,
up on
so
your
if I
mic.
did anything.
I just heard silence. I was like, it's about what I expected, but still, ouch.
Well, I mean, you knew I got it.
All right. So, how about I'm feeling a bit antsy, feeling a bit of adrenaline of spiking. Let's split up so that we can get going faster. Perhaps I'll go to Alia and you two head over to speak with the person about the package, and then we'll meet back at the Fluked Fox to pay our tab before we leave.
Okay.
I'm actually gonna go to Hardin's,
Oh,
but I didn't say that, so don't go. Oh. Gerald
Now I'm
doesn't
gonna
know.
communicate to the rest of you.
You're just
No.
gonna like disappear.
When Walker walks away, I'm not following. Is how that works.
Jeez.
Unless it's in the same direction.
then
mean,
I
you'd
guess
be
you're
going-
following
you'd-
me.
Yeah, you'd all kind of head in the same direction. The building that Walker needs to go to for this request is over here. I assume that you would kind of look on the city, the slightly decorative but also slightly informative city map that's
Also, it's like
set
it's
up
on
on
the
the
wrong side.
wall of the entryway to the keep, which does depict some. No, it's not that side, Brandon.
I thought
It does
though,
depict some
I
of
thought
the
the
street
entrance was on
names.
this side.
No.
No, that was where the thugs threw the rock at the window,
Yeah.
and then you guys fixed it.
I
on that
fixed
side.
it.
Guys.
Sorry, Sharav fixed it on
The
that
royal
side.
you guys.
The royal you guys.
Oh yeah, I got an
The
extra
royal, hey
cantrip.
you guys.
I was
That's
about
right.
to do that too.
So now I have my attack cantrips and mending.
Nice.
All right. So I guess I probably get to my place first because it seems the closest.
Yeah, so we can go with you. You walk in, ding
Do
the
I
bell.
see anyone else around?
Just the typical crowd. It's probably about 2:00 now.
Do any of them look like the thuggish ones? Or the guard, I guess they are now.
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Let's see. My perception is +3. Oof.
Looking around, you see the guard posted by the gate over here, by the east gate. You kind of closer to the store, just see a crowd of people.
Okay, I was mostly meaning like in the store. That would hear me
Oh,
talking
in the
to
store?
Alia. Yeah.
No, you don't see anyone. Again, it's just a few people here and there. You don't see anybody in uniform.
All right. So I go to the counter.
Ollie goes, "Oh, hello again. It's nice to see you."
Hi. There's not been any trouble since we were last here, right?
No, it's been pretty calm.
All right. and I'm gonna kind of lower my voice. So, not to let any ne'er-do-wells know, but we may be leaving the city for a little while. We have some um business elsewhere. Would that be okay, you think?
Hmm. Well, my my brother's coming to town, so hopefully he'll be able to help me kind of keep the store under watch.
Oh, I see a
So
strong
I think,
one.
oh, he likes to try to be. You know how
Well,
it is sometimes.
I'm sure he's a fine lad, and I'll be excited to meet him when I next return.
I'm sure he'll hear all about you.
All right. So, um, I don't know if Andrea or Walker will be around to say goodbye. So, I guess I'll be saying goodbye for them. Do you have any well wishes for them you want me to convey?
Oh, of course. I hope you all stay safe.
Thank you.
Live
And
long and prosper.
did you need anything before you went? Any supplies?
Oh, I'm
Discount
sorry.
still applies, of course.
I'm sorry. I don't need much of anything. I just wanted to check in before we left, really.
Oh, that's okay. I just don't want you. I don't want you to forget something and be caught with your pants down because of it. Was all.
Oh yes, pants. And Sharav leaves with that.
Okay.
Very interesting.
She waves
Sharav
as you
doesn't.
leave.
Sharav doesn't wear pants.
Yeah. She laughed at it. I mean, she got the joke.
Yeah.
um, she got the joke because literally none of you wear pants.
Yeah, I guess I wear a dress of sorts, so
A
technically not
dress or
pants.
robes.
Technically not pants.
Either way.
Brandon's wearing Spanx under there.
Still not pants.
Technically, even
yeah.
if they were shorts, they're still not pants.
I mean, Walker
she'll
does wear like metal armor on his legs.
That's not
but
pants.
They're
still not pants.
part of him.
I would argue that that is about the same amount of pants as Sharov's thick skin is pants. AKA, it's not. But yeah, she'll wave as you leave, and then go off and continue helping customers.
All right. Well,
I
I
have soup.
head back to the
Really
Flute
good.
Fox.
You did it.
The advert has dispersed by now, right?
Yes, it would have dispersed while you were in the keep, talking to the king.
All right. I'm going to re-up it, the same
Oh my
thing,
God.
even the Fluked Fox, and I'm going to change ghouls to dragons.
Okay.
Oh god.
So meanwhile, let's go to Andrea. So you walk into the store, and Harden turns. Oh, hello. Can I help you out with anything?
You looking to buy some dragon blood? Did not say it like that.
Yeah, you looking to buy some dragon blood? See?
You're only making it worse.
I
Um,
know, but it's funnier.
He'll
that
kind
way.
of adjust his glasses and be like, "Oh, dragon blood. I have use for that. Yes.
How
How much
for...
do you? Oh, how much? You're asking him?
How much do you want, or want? I don't know how much. I don't know prices.
You
How
think I
much do you want for a
I
gold?
think you do.
What if what if he was just what if Brandon's character was just like, how much do you want? I don't know prices.
No, that's not how
Um,
characters work.
I don't know prices. You see?
So he'll look at
Yeah.
it and basically like, are you holding a vial out
The bottle.
or a bottle out?
Yeah.
I mean I couldn't remember what you put it in.
Yeah. A potion bottle.
So he'll take it and he'll inspect it, unstop it, taste a little bit.
Tasty
Um,
dragon blood.
He wants to make sure it's legit. I'm sure he gets plenty of people coming in, giving him the blood of rare things, and it turns out to be goat's blood.
Why not just human blood? At that point,
You know what?
Your
That's
own
a little
blood.
harder to come by.
Your
You have
own
to kill a
blood?
human for that one.
your own blood.
But why would you do that if you're killing a goat to feed your
Risk
family
getting
anyway?
fucking AIDS.
Fine, cow blood.
Yeah, that too.
Get a hell of a lot more blood out of a
That's
cow than you
really-
do a goat.
Yeah, but if they happen to have goats versus cows, I
Yeah, but
mean,
they use cow blood to make blood sausage, don't they? So it's probably more expensive.
I'm sure that some of them do. I'm sure there's still excess though.
Doesn't matter because
yeah.
dragon's blood would still sell for more than stupid cow blood.
Yeah, but if they're
There's
selling
so
it
much
as
fucking-
dragon blood,
Pasta in this.
so he was like, oh wow, I'll give you five gold a vial for these,
I don't know how much a vial is.
or bottle for these.
I don't know. That seems weird. I guess sure, whatever.
Give me one sec.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Well. Sorry, I'm doing some Googling.
Okay, I'm back. Spilled a little soup on myself.
Okay. Yeah, he'll give you 5 gold for each bottle.
I only have one, so
Okay. So he'll give you 5 gold for it.
cool. Okay. I'm also gonna. Yeah, he probably won't know, but I'm gonna ask him if he knows anything about this special metal rod I have.
So you take it as well, and kind of spend a minute looking it over, and then he's going to. Would you mind if I cast Identify on this? I'm not quite sure what it does just from looking at it, but I might be able to learn more like that.
Oh, he has identified. He's useful. Sure, go ahead.
I mean, come on, what the fuck do you think?
Sure, go ahead. See?
Stop! I didn't
Um,
say that time.
So he will do that. I can't remember if that's a ritual cast one, but it doesn't matter. He'll cast it. And it is a broken wand of the War Mage.
Fuck yeah.
He you
Unfortunately, wands of
probably
the War
need-
Mage can't be fixed.
you'll need to probably find a new gem to repair this and
A new gem.
re-enchant
we
it.
have a broken gem.
It'll probably be cheaper on the materials to re-enchant and a little easier because it already has some of that residual magic. But
I wonder if a crack gem could do it.
you'll
Well, you can
probably
mend
need-
it.
it's got the residual magic. You'll need. You won't be able to mend it. You'll probably need a ruby worth at least 500 gold. You know, in game terms, basically it just says you'll need a cut ruby, of at least this
Wonder-
size.
That big ass gem. I wonder if like half of it could be cut.
What do you mean, the one that Shrub has currently?
Yeah, the cracked one.
It is not of the correct size. Like if you were to take the half or break it in half and take the one half of it, it would be too small.
Okay.
Um,
And when you were saying that I couldn't mend the gem, right?
you basically mending won't work on
Yeah.
things that are residually magic.
Yeah.
And Hardin's basically gonna look at it and be like, "Yeah, this happened to a lot of the magical items that were exposed to what happened during the 4-hour war. Uh, a lot of that release of magical energy, I guess, overloaded these devices and broke them. And to repair them, you'll need to get some either a new gem or do another kind of ritual to repair it and re-enchant it. But because you have the base, it'll be significantly easier, I think."
I renamed Metal
And
Rod
he'll-
to
and
Broken
he'll-
One of the War.
Hand it back to you.
Cool. Thanks.
So the fluked fox has a sign, right?
Correct.
Yes, we
And
retconned it in.
Does the sign have a fox on it?
Yes.
All right, so now I know about foxes.
No.
Gotta be a real fox. I'm sure in the travels through the
Wait,
woods.
foxes are not in a forest?
I
Animal?
don't have them on my list, so I don't know.
I'm gonna say you would know about a fox. I
Like
would say that they're common enough
Is fox
in
a creature in D&D?
You'd also know
maybe.
about raccoons, mice,
Oh.
owls.
I'm
There's all
gonna
kinds
just
of
say
forest
it's
animals.
got the same stats as like a cat. But it's a fox instead.
What does it say?
Might have better smelling than
Uh-huh.
a cat.
Only you
Got
can
like the
tell.
same stats as a cat, except like louder and more annoying.
No dark vision.
It gets better smell instead. 'Cause foxes are
Yeah.
kind of like a dog, right?
You you maintain your super smell, but you lose dark vision from a cat.
All right, so I'm going to wild shape. Like while I'm waiting for them, I'm just gonna wild shape into a fox and like act like a mascot outside of the fluked fox. And I'm going to just like call out as a fox.
Just stand up on two legs and point at the door.
Just gonna Kudu! Because that's what a
What does
fox
the fox
says,
say?
right? Kudu!
Sure.
Just keep making that
I don't
noise.
know if that's
Kudu!
what a fox says.
It is what a fox says. Kudu!
It goes Coral.
Kudu!
Sounds like what Sharab would assume a fox says based on only seeing a picture of a fox.
Sounds about right.
Okay, so Andre gets there very soon after Sharav shifts into
And I think to myself, what
fox
the fuck
form.
is going on?
Kudu!
Because
A
I
fox
bet you
scenario.
I immediately know it's Sharav.
Kudu!
Of course you do.
You'd be able to guess. You haven't seen many foxes in town.
I
so
might have
Walker
never seen a fox actually.
gets to the address that you're going to.
Yeah, Zoro, haven't you
And-
ever heard of Minecraft?
Knocks on the door. Talks and door is answered by somebody middle-aged. Fucking Christ. About middle-aged, you guess, dwarf.
Oh, that would be hard to guess
Ah.
ages.
Can I help you with anything?
I'm just gonna hold up the flyer.
He's gonna grab
I
it,
do.
pull it down to his level. All right. Yeah, I need a pretty small package transported to Perennia. It's for my
Walker
sister.
is
It's
presently thinking, is it you?
it's for my sister. It's some of her medication. And he
Is
pull,
this just gonna be a fucking box of drugs?
You're a drug mule.
he pulls it out and it's like a closed box. He unlatches it, opens it up, and kind of holds it out to you.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see you're carrying small vials of reddish liquid.
Oh,
Dragon's blood. Well, that's basically a
That
healing
is not.
potion.
That is. You can look at it and tell from all your experience with blood, it's not blood. You've
It's too
seen it
bright.
come out of people. You've
Goose
seen
blood.
it on your face. You've seen it on your friends.
How'd she see it on her
Your-
face? She can't see her own face.
When it covers her eyes?
Mm.
And
I don't
splashes
have
in her
eyes,
eyes.
actually. They're crystals.
Well, you'd still see through the blood. You
Your
just wouldn't react to it.
eye
being in your eyes.
analogs. You can tell it's not blood. You are not 100% sure it's not drugs.
Would Walker
the-
actually care though if it was drugs or not?
Fuck no.
He's
What the?
basically making it. It's like this. Normally, I'd bring it up myself with the caravan, but after what happened to the last one, I mean, we're not supposed to know, but word gets around. Explosions. None of that. It says, not realizing that you guys were on that caravan,
You guys, Walker's the only one there.
or Walker was on the caravan.
You
The
guys.
royal you guys.
I'm just gonna be like, oh, I know.
Hey, you guys.
Oh, you heard about that? It's such a shame. They can't even be safe traveling city to city anymore. He'll relatch the box.
I'm just gonna like just point to a gunpowder burn on my side. Like, yeah, I know.
Well, I mean, he's going to pull out a pouch of gold, put it on top. 100 gold now. Another 50 if you get it to my sister in one piece. It's really not worth much to anybody else. It's a specific collection of kind of herbs that I've
Nice
learned how to
cocktail.
make.
Red herbs.
Yeah. You can see in this guy's house, he's kind of he's got a lot more natural-ish decorations. You haven't really seen anybody keep plants inside the city, but this dwarf has a couple of plants on a back windowsill.
Botanist.
They look like some herbs you've seen out in the wild that would kind of are common. You might have seen them or had them collected while you were back at your homestead. You know they have medicinal uses and not drug uses for what
Okay.
that's worth.
So this
What?
seems quasi legit. I mean,
It seems
cocaine
quasi-legit.
probably would be a pretty good medicinal thing. in
There's
this
still
setting.
there's still absolutely a possibility that this is just heroin.
Yeah.
You're not 100% sure, but the evidence seems to point towards the guy's probably telling the truth.
At the very least, it's probably medicinal heroin.
Yeah, it's got medicinal intent to it. This guy seems
alright.
genuine.
Wait a minute. Wasn't heroin at one point an actual medicine?
Yes.
Yes.
Same
So,
with
yeah.
cocaine.
It's like true for all drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Cocaine used to be in Coke.
Yep.
Or was it Pepsi?
We all know. It was Coke.
No, it was Coke.
It was
It was,
Why
it
it's
was
called
Coke,
Coca-Cola.
Brandon. It was Coke.
So, do I know, like, just like in character, would I know that, like, whether drugs are regulated? Like, do people get in trouble for having drugs on them?
they're not regulated to the point of like the cops will or the guard will bust down your door and seize them from you.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
But if
But-
I'm like crossing a border with them, they might give me some
well,
trouble.
you know that if you use them and are belligerent or non-functioning and not paying for your home,
Okay.
you know, they'll kind of reflect poorly on you. But
Okay.
Fucking
as far as
robot
they
using
go,
drugs.
there's not really regulation on it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I'll accept this guy's offer.
Thank you so much. He'll hand you the box, and it's got the pouch of gold sitting on top as he hands it up to you.
Man, so many pouches.
mean,
another
it-
pouch to add to my pouch
I
collection.
heard you
That's-
like pouches, so I put a pouch in your pouch.
Would you
How big is this
prefer?
pouch?
Would you prefer 0 pouches and just put a pile of gold on top of the box?
No, no. How big is this pouch?
This one is probably another 30 cubic centimeters.
Ooh, a little pouch. Okay.
It's a smaller pouch, but it's bulging from all the gold that's inside it.
Okay. So I'm gonna tip my hat and walk away. Back
Farewell.
towards the fucked fox.
He's going to like kind of as you turn away, give you a little bit of an anxious look. Like he clearly hopes that this gets to where it's going. And,
Did he ever actually say where it's going?
He would have given you an address. I just don't
I'm
want to
sure
take one
it's
right
written on the box.
now. Yeah, there you go. It's written on the box. It's got a little card on the front of it on the latch. It's a smaller little, like a small, probably 15 centimeter by 25 centimeter box,
Okay.
about 10 centimeters deep, just deep enough to have very small vials inside.
Okay.
These are small vials. They'll probably hold 50 milliliters each.
Okay.
Okay, that sorts that out. Walker gets back. Get back probably about 3 minutes after Andre gets back.
Oh, hey guys! As I drop Wild Chip. Oh, I was just fucking around.
Getting a lot of funny looks. Okay,
What time is
what's
it
the
right
plan
now?
now? It's probably getting closer to 3:30.
Okay.
What are you talking about? It's 7:30.
You know that it's probably not a great idea to head out now. You'll make
Okay.
it a ways and be able to camp. But you know that if you left in the morning, it might be more like you'll be able to make it further,
Yeah.
and it might be worth it to kind of sit and wait that out.
Okay. So I guess I don't know. There's not really much to do. We could have some downtime, I guess. Kind of chill, do some
We
stuff.
might as well just get going.
If you want to just get going, that's fine.
Like, pay
You
our
can 100% make
tab.
it. Yeah, make it a few kilometers before you bed down for the night.
Okay.
Alright, so I think we're gonna go into the Fluked Fox to pay our tab. God, I hate that name. I can never say it right.
Well, it's okay. In a little bit, we won't have to worry about it for a while. Then we're gonna have some other weird name to deal with.
Okay, so you walk in. The innkeeper's like, "Ha, back a little early, are we today?"
Oh yes, we're going to I look around. Do I see any guards or ne'er-do-wells?
Give me a perception roll.
Hey, that's not bad.
Okay. You look around and you are pretty confident that everybody in here is kind of regulars, people you've seen before, who often frequent the inn.
Okay, I still lower my voice a bit. We're going to be visiting some other cities, so we're gonna be gone for a while. We're just gonna shore up our tab before we leave, and we also put some adverts up to try and stir up some business for us while we're gone. Maybe we'll come back and there'll be a few jobs, and we maybe told them to look for us here. So could you maybe collect whatever flyers for jobs come in for us?
He's gonna kind of like, Yeah, I can do that. As long as this remains your inn of choice, of course.
Yeah, it's the only one we bothered to notice.
He kind of chuckles and is like, "Okay, yeah, I can do that for you, for sure."
He's just like, man, that should be my fucking slogan.
um,
All right. So what do we owe you?
this is the fourth day, right? You stayed here 3 nights.
Thought you were keeping track of
I'm just really bad at memory.
it. I don't know.
Okay, this is the fourth day. I'm fairly confident. Um, so oh
And we ate
yeah,
once.
yeah.
We ate. Wait,
You
no,
ate
we
you ate
ate.
twice, but you paid once already.
Yeah, we paid once.
So that'll be about 8 gold, all told.
Too
I'll,
rich for my blood. And I turned to Walker, expectingly.
I'll put the gold down on the table.
He will take it, give it a look. Thank you very much for your business.
Thank you. Have a good one. Oh, and
Safe travels.
keep it on the DL that we're out of town. I'm sure they'll notice, but better to put that off until later.
He kind of blinks at you and okay, sure, yeah.
All right, thank you.
I tip my hat at him.
Safe travels, everyone.
And
As we
Yeah, right.
leave the inn, I'm gonna just wave a little bit. My
He'll wave back.
robo hand. No. Just like as I'm leaving, just stick my hand back through the door and just
Okay.
and as I leave the inn and look at the gate, I suddenly exclaim, "Shit! We have to walk right past them." Is
Not
there
too
any
smart.
way we can get out of the town without them seeing us?
Well, I mean, I guess we could like look for if Eld or someone is at one of the gates.
Yeah, but there's still a chain of command. He would still have to report fast.
There are also
Yes.
typically 4 guards from what you've seen
It's
per gate.
true.
How tall is the wall?
It's about 40 feet tall. These are large, magically put together walls.
Man, if only I learned spider climb. But not really.
Did you have to use your stonework skills to deduce how tall those walls were?
Man, if only I learned invisibility.
I mean, I could disguise myself.
So it says as a giant toad, my long jump is up to 20 feet and my high jump is up to 10 feet. So I'm thinking that's horizontal distance. Doesn't say how high I can jump. though.
I feel like high jump would be 10 feet.
Couldn't you just
10
spider
feet
yourself
high.
up for the wall?
Yeah, I could. As a spider, could I carry you too?
Well, I could disguise myself and walk right through the gate.
You're telling me
Well-
that that's gonna be less obvious than just walking through the gate?
What, spider climbing over the wall?
Yeah?
I mean, I'm sure if we do it like back here, they won't really notice. Then we just have to weave through the slums to get out, like here. Then we just have to pick up the road later on where we're not in view of anyone. So could I carry them as a giant spider? I could carry one of them, and I would be moving at half speed as
You
per
carry one of 'em.
like in combat rules.
And I don't need to be carried.
Yeah.
You
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 carry
think-
Andra. I mean,
y-
Logan or Walker has access to the disguise self spell.
Yeah.
Just make
They
Totally
could
different.
use an action to make an investigation check against my spell save DC, but
I mean, who are you
I don't
gonna
know that they would
disguise
need to do
yourself
that.
as, though? Well, I mean, I guess there's enough people that like you could just
Generic
be a rando.
human.
We could also like just tether a rope to me and bring that over the wall and then you could climb that. But I don't know. It's up to you guys. How do you want to do this?
Do we have enough rope?
Sure, we do. I mean,
I
Walker
mean,
has
how
rope.
much rope do we have?
I mean, you got
Each?
50 foot each.
Oh yeah, and we have enough to get over with two
Mhm.
of us. I don't know. I think I'll just walk right out.
All right. Well, I'm going to go not by the gate, like around here, and then over to here. I assume with
Mhm.
Andrea,
Yep.
Yes.
and there's no one around.
It's pretty calm.
Does that mean like there's no one around that would see me do this?
I mean, there are kind of a couple of civilians milling about, and there's all the windows behind you from the building, but you feel confident there's no guards that can see you.
Would I know of like a better place to do this? Like, since this is kind of where the crime stuff happens, would this be a better place to do it that I would know about?
You feel like wherever you go, there's going to be a few people. Is kind of the problem. It's a busy city.
Andrea, do you have like a hood or anything that can kind of hide you?
No.
Okay, well,
Even so,
I-
my glowing eyes will give me away.
I don't. Your eyes aren't always glowing, are they?
They kind of are.
Can't you just close
they're
them?
just-
Yes, walk with my eyes closed.
Well, how
Perfect.
about this? On the way over here, if I ever got to a point where it seemed like no one was really looking, I just kind of like quickly wild shaped myself into a giant spider. And then I don't know, I guess Andrea can like kind of like get on my back and then press herself to make herself a little less noticeable. And then when we get here, we just climb on over.
Yeah.
So, I mean, sure, they see a giant spider, but, you know, it's not us at least.
Yeah.
And then, like,
Man, that was
all of
fucking
these are
weird.
these, like, shanty shacks, or are these, like, actual buildings, all these places?
Yeah.
To which part? He said an
All.
or. All of them.
Okay, but they're not, like, super tall buildings. Like, I could just
No.
climb over them as a spider and get to, like, here.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to do that.
'Kay.
And yeah. And then when I'm here and I'm going to look around, is there anyone around that sees me? Did anyone not really like what I did enough to to like do anything about it?
People definitely saw you. You don't think people like he'll have no idea. It's just a giant spider with
Okay,
somebody on
but
his
is
back.
anyone like here seeing me right now?
Around. There'd be
Yeah.
a couple people.
Okay, then I'm gonna
Um,
stay as the spider and just
Probably
go
your best
north.
bet to skitter right off into the forest to the north.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go north parallel to the road
Okay.
with Andrea on me.
So
Yep.
I'm gonna cast Disguise Self, and I'm going to. How tall am I? 6 foot. I'm gonna.
You're about 6
appear-
foot.
Yeah, I just looked at my character sheet. So I'm gonna appear. I don't know, maybe 6 inches shorter. little skinnier because, of course, I'm kind of chunky with my armor. I'm gonna have clothes on.
So disguise self is it's just an image, right? You still have your physicality. Like if someone touches where
yes,
you
if
would
someone
be.
touches me, yeah.
Okay, well you might want to keep that in mind because you're going to be going through the gate, right? So you might bump into someone, but
Mm-hmm.
not really bump into them.
Wow, I got bumped by
visibly.
that air. What the fuck?
Is it normal or abnormal for people to be wearing metal armor around here?
Uh, it's a little weird.
Okay. Hmm.
You might just want to be a kind of chunky guy.
Yeah, I'll be just kind of a chunky guy. I'll have clothing, and I guess that's pretty much it. Be kind of average looking, you know? Maybe I'll have a mustache.
Okay.
And what else was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So I'm wearing a poncho I've retconned in. Or I have a
Sure.
poncho. I'm not always wearing it, but
You have stated that you have a poncho.
yeah. So I'll like wrap that around myself a little bit so I don't feel all metally if I were to accidentally bump into somebody.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna walk out the north gate.
Okay. You walk out. Doesn't seem like no alarms are thrown, nothing like that.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So you guys successfully managed to make it out of the city. You think relatively unnoticed? Or noticed
Well,
but unknown?
I was gonna say, giant spider climbing a wall? Definitely noticed.
Yeah, well, I'm going to keep parallel to the road, pretty much keeping in pace with Walker until we're a ways out, and then I'm going to reunite and drop my spider
Oh.
form.
Okay.
You know, the road's just going to be easier to take.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean you guys it's kind of just walking parallel and
And I'm going to suggest we take a leisurely pace for 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Are we able to do that and count it as a short rest?
yeah, because you're just walking along the road.
All right. I had used 2 wild shapes.
Mm-hmm.
Need
If
to
that's
get
a
those back.
short rest, can I still remain alert to danger?
You
You
don't
would.
have to.
Yep.
You don't have to take the short rest.
I guess I don't.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, you would anyways because you're not tracking anything at this point. You're just following a road.
Okay. Because it says if I'm engaged in another activity, I can still remain alert to danger.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, at this point, you're walking along the road is technically your other activity.
Okay.
Okay. Somebody roll me a d12.
Oh God.
Who's taking it?
I guess I will.
All right. 6.
Okay.
We're gonna have
So
combat
you guys-
this session?
Apparently not.
Okay.
You guys are able to walk along the road for another. What would that be? Probably about 4 hours. It'd be about 4 o'clock when you left the city, so about 4 hours. Make it to 8 o'clock when it starts to get dark. So I guess you get the opportunity to either pitch camp or kind of push your luck.
I mean, we're not going to make it tonight, right?
Oh
Hell
no,
no.
it's like a
So-
5-day journey.
Yeah, so we might as well just camp because then after we're done sleeping, it's just going to be daylight again and we'll be better off regardless.
Mhm.
Pretty much.
Alright.
So if we're camping, there's no reason why I have to sleep or like rest. So could I just treat that as like downtime when I can do things?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You can do your light activity.
Okay. So in that case, I would probably want to
I think. Oh wait, no. Actually, you have to go motionless.
Well, no, because is
You,
there any reason I actually have to take the rest?
I believe you do still technically need sleep, don't you? You have to
No,
like basically hibernate.
I know I don't need to sleep. I don't get exhaustion, and magic can't put me to sleep.
Okay.
Yeah, so she should be fine.
Yeah.
So
You
in
are
that
absolutely able to do.
time, I will work on my hand crossbows, try to get them a little less crude, just to kind of, finish them up a little bit better.
Okay. Give me a sleight of hand roll since you're trying to do fine tuning things.
Plus 4.
A crit fail.
Well, I
Wow.
mean, that's not really how ability checks work.
It's a crit
Luckily,
fail. But it is.
only on attacks. So you pretty much just aren't able to get anything done. Like you aren't
Rob is
able
just snoring
to.
too loud.
Yeah, you're not able to improve it at all. Um, you pretty much you look at it for a while. You
Keep
kind of
looking
get
at it.
distracted by some noises off in the distance. Y- You just kind of every time you go to get started, you get distracted by something you feel like you have to look at. Um, you're, I guess, kind of just uneasy with this being your
Mhm.
first night out in a week almost.
Mhm.
And the last time you were out in on this road, you got blown up.
Right. Right.
So you are not able to focus long enough to get anything done on it.
Okay.
Okay. How much sleep do I have to get to avoid exhaustion?
Like 6 hours.
6 hours. All right.
Yep.
All right, then it probably won't take me too long to mash up the inert good berries I've been collecting and start them off with some yeast, start them fermenting.
Yep, you're able to do that. Uh, you would technically have about 4 hours worth of time if you guys, set up camp at 8 and packed up camp at 6 a.m. the next morning when it started to get light. Um, you're looking at about 4 hours of non-sleep time,
All
and
right.
you don't have to take watch because Walker's able to do light activity and remain alert.
I mean, if I had to take watch, I could probably still do that while watching. Maybe. I don't know.
You, I'd put you at disadvantage for both your perception check and your check to do whatever you're doing.
Wow. All right.
The perk of having a ranger with you.
Yep.
Camping and being out in nature is way fucking easier. It's
A
even better
ranger
that it's a
doesn't have to
warforged
sleep.
ranger who
Yeah.
doesn't. Yeah, you don't have to actually take your long rest, so you're good.
All right.
So yeah, you do that, and you also notice that the good berries that you cast earlier this morning, or I guess last night, which you should have still been good for a couple more hours, weren't anymore.
Oh yeah, because of the field. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, so they were added to the mash as well.
Okay. Um. Anything else anybody wanted to do for the night?
Let me check. I don't think so.
Nope. And it's because
Oh,
I don't
good.
have anything to do.
Okay. Well, do we want to start going with the next day, or do we want to call it here?
I'm good to keep going.
I guess I could keep going.
Yep.
Brandon? Okay. So you able to wake up? Actually, roll me a d12. Somebody, anybody.
You
Someone
taking this,
not
Brandon?
Logan. I guess I will.
Alright.
Last time I did this, we got attacked.
Wow.
It's a 2.
Okay. Night passes by peacefully.
Still not good.
You guys figure you're close to the city. Everybody kind of there's a lot of traffic passing through here. It might dissuade some of the monsters. Whatever it is, you're happy for it because you get a full night's sleep. And then wake up in the morning feeling rested.
Yeah, sounds rested.
Well, I didn't rest, but I also don't get tired.
So explain. Brain tumor.
Alright, so, as assumed of me, I cast Goodberry last night before going to sleep.
Yep.
And I have them ready. Give one to Andrea. I think... Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. I'll do it like that. I cast the full amount and I start storing them in my other cask.
Okay.
Have to stop by a stream or something to get some water to try and keep them fresh in that.
Yeah, for sure. If you take the time to do that, then it'll probably take you. There aren't really any on the road, and just even from what you can remember from taking the caravan down, but with Walker being able to figure these things out, it'll take you about an hour if you want to go and collect water from a stream.
Why not? Can also give myself a quick shower while I'm there.
If we're collecting water from a stream, does that count as foraging? Because then I could forage twice as much water from the stream.
You
Infinite
Twice as
stream.
much
could.
infinite water.
You could forage as much water as you have room to store it, and you could forage more, but you don't have room to store it, so it doesn't matter.
Does that mean she forages it twice as fast? So we're out of the stream part of it twice as fast. Still takes
Yeah.
us an hour to get
Still-
out there, but instead of like 5 minutes at the stream, we now do it in 2.5.
She increased
Pretty
the
much,
water
yeah.
flow.
Well, she found a point at the stream where two streams combined, and it was actually quite a lot of flow. So it made it very easy to fill the cask and do whatever.
Well, I
you need
can
to
just
do with water.
walk down into the stream and hold the cask.
You don't even
I
put the
mean-
cask in the water and it's full.
Anybody can walk into the stream and hold the cask.
Yeah, but usually people would float. It'd be a little bit harder.
Yes, their feet would float.
Hey,
Man,
I'm-
gotta watch
I'm-
out for
I'm-
that super buoyant feet.
I'm
It's like
pretty
a-
dense. I think I'm fine going into the water to
Sure
kind
are,
of
sure are.
shower myself.
Yeah,
real
no, it's-
quick.
We're talking like at its deepest point, there is half a meter of water.
Okay, so this is just a little crick.
Gotta watch out for them floating
Pretty much,
kneecaps.
yeah. Like it's a stream,
Okay,
not a river, by any means.
okay.
All right. So I think I'm good with that.
Okay. Somebody roll me a d12.
I'll do it. It's
Success.
my turn.
You do it.
You do it. 7.
7.
Okay. So you guys are able to make it off the path and back onto the path with no troubles, even managing to move a little further down path as you go because of a little bend. And able to carry on for another about 3 hours at a good, healthy clip. Probably actually faster than the caravan at this point, you think? So that would kind of set the trip up to be even shorter than your experience. Does somebody want to roll me another d12?
Logan.
Do it.
Fall back in order. Maybe we'll have combat. Maybe we won't.
That's fucking right.
What?
That looks very weird.
That is completely cocked on nothing.
But
And
it's-
cut out a little bit? What the fuck is up with that dice?
I don't know. It's very
It's a
weird.
4.
Yeah, it's 4 though.
Yeah, either way, it's a 4, whatever fucking cocked up algorithm they used to get that. Uh, so, everybody now roll me a perception check.
God. Oh God.
A nat 1.
Got a total 15. What
Okay.
am I special I see? Is it a smell?
Your eyes see a smell.
Yeah, give me another perception roll, because I guess you would be able to smell this.
Oh.
I mean,
Logan, you rolled a
yeah,
4 and you
yeah,
fucked us.
Yeah, it is advantage. That's right. You're right. You're right.
Doesn't matter.
Don't matter none.
Doesn't matter. Okay. So slightly off the path to your right, you kind of see / smell at the same time the corpse of something.
Does it smell sappy?
And I'm just looking in the other direction, looking at flowers.
You
Apparently.
are. It is missing the typical sap smell that you associate with Aldenak.
All right. Okay. Well, there, something dead.
The way you said that.
We should I don't know.
Have we asked the question before of whether Walker can smell? I feel like we have.
Yeah,
And I think the answer is no.
I'm pretty sure the answer is yes.
What?
Actually,
Okay.
hypothetically,
Walker can taste.
Can he?
there's magic kind of reinforcing all of that, all of those senses. If you can, I mean, how is smelling or tasting any different than seeing?
Through crystals.
Yeah.
It's special
Yeah.
smelling crystals.
Well, the question arose because I didn't think that he had nose holes. But I guess he would. I don't know.
I'm gonna unofficially say there are nose holes.
Okay, there are nose holes. So anyway,
So I go up to check the body.
Okay. You get up there, and it is a horse.
Oh.
it's a
you
whore.
know about those.
Yeah. It is a.
Does it seem clad in anything that like tells me where it's from? Like, is it from Galadia?
No. And looking, you can't really tell where it's from, but looking at it, you do know that it is not a horse that the knights would have been riding. It does not look strong enough by any means to carry them. It looks more like kind of just a farm horse or a field horse, not a war horse.
Am I? I'll go up to it. Is it shoed?
Yes, it would be.
Okay.
It does have a like a kind of inexpensive plain looking saddle on it.
Okay.
So it was ridden,
It's
but
not
right
wild.
now it has a giant gash in its stomach and its guts have spilled all over and look like they may have been being eaten at some point.
Is there a Jedi sleeping inside?
No.
Does
Damn.
the gash seem like it was torn or bitten into?
Torn and then bitten into.
Okay.
Like it was originally opened by being torn with claws of some sort,
That's
but
what I was wondering.
yeah.
All right. And the claws, do they look like large claws? Like how big of claws are we talking?
Give me a medicine check.
Oh my god, this is gonna be when we're gonna discover that Sharav has been like
Oh, wow.
where like
Thing just
shaping
dropped.
into animals at night.
You look at this gash and are just kind of astounded by the size of the hole, and can't really gather any more information from it. You just keep kind of going back to the fact that there's a big hole and the guts were eaten.
I could
There's a
hide
big
a
hole.
Jedi in here.
So, can I gather anything about the kind of animal that it might have been based on my experience with camping and
Make a nature check.
whatnot? Okay, one sec. Nature is +1. Also, keep in mind I do have animal handling proficiency.
With the through nature check, you are able to tell that it wasn't done by an animal,
Oh,
as far as you could tell.
interesting. Very interesting.
Like, it doesn't seem kind of like the claw marks and the gash is not, or the gash is not kind of paw shaped or anything like
Okay.
that. And it's kind of too low on the body with no other markings on the top for it to have been a large bird of prey swooping down.
Okay.
So
In that case, I'd like to spend a minute in concentration and sense any demons within 5 miles.
you are unable to sense any demons anywhere around you.
Okay.
Um,
I'm gonna say
everybody,
to the group, there's no demons nearby. And also, it wasn't an animal.
does anybody want to, or everybody who is inspecting the horse right now, give me a perception check.
Okay. I want to start casting ritual casting locate animals or plants, and casting that to locate any other horses within 5 miles.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good thought. Horses generally operate in teams, do they not?
Okay. Yeah.
So I did that the same because you were ritual casting too, Logan, right?
Hers was for a minute,
Oh, okay.
but
So
yeah, you could do that while your perception check was lower anyway. You were focusing on ritual casting. You couldn't quite get a good look around. So what Walker sees is a trail of blood slightly off to the side that leads a little further into the bush. It doesn't. It looks like something was dragged.
Am I tracking a creature?
I guess technically it would be, yeah.
So I learn their exact number.
1.
Okay, thank you. So I guess I'd like to follow the trail.
Okay. You follow the trail of blood and broken underbrush for about 100 meters, and find a body laying face down.
Aha!
It looks kind of, the person's wearing some kind of, I guess, messenger-ish outfit. They look like they're
Ooh.
kind of carrying or traveling light, trying to move quickly.
Okay, I like kick it softly with my foot.
It's
Make sure
very
it's
dead.
dead. Okay. Can I see immediately like the cause of death here?
Just a large number of claw marks. Again,
Okay, okay.
kind of in the
Looks
stomach, chest, leg. That's
looks
probably
like
the
the same
reason.
kind of claws.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's face down.
Yep.
So I guess I'll kick it over.
The underside is quite fucked up,
Ah, okay, good.
both
Good,
from
good.
being dragged and slashed and sliced by these claws.
Do I recognize this person in any way?
No.
Okay. Is it a man?
Yes, it is a
Okay.
male, middle-aged.
Okay. Humanoid?
You can tell it's a human.
Okay. Well, you said it was a little fucked up, so you never know
It's
what
mostly
could have
the
been going
stomach
on.
and chest that's fucked up.
Okay, okay.
The face is relatively intact.
Okay. So what was I gonna? Oh yeah, fuck no, I don't remember now. Do I like recognize the outfit at all? Did I say that? Like, are they
Yeah,
wearing specific colors or?
no. It looks like they're just kind of dressed light for travel.
Okay.
You get messenger vibes.
Okay. Well, I searched the body.
Okay.
Not just from a looting perspective, but also to try to see what they were doing.
Yeah. Back to Sharav really quick. You finish ritual casting the spell.
It only
And
shows me the nearest.
it wouldn't show a corpse then, right?
I don't. It doesn't.
can't
say,
imagine it would. That
but
wouldn't make
it
sense.
Seems stupid that it.
It does seem very
'Cause
stupid.
I feel like it stops being that beast once it's dead.
Yeah. Yeah, you're never gonna wild shape into a dead horse. That'd be unfortunate.
Wait,
You-
if you wild shape into a dead horse, do you just
You
lose
just
it
wild shape.
immediately?
Yeah.
Right back.
Boop, boop.
Or
You just sit there
like,
very confused.
what if you like accidentally wild shape into a dead horse and you die? You're just dead.
Well,
Not how wild shape works, really, but
you
yeah.
can't sense any horses within that distance.
All right.
Kind of.
So then
Walker,
I go to catch up with Walker.
yeah, he's pretty easy to follow at this point. You manage to find a pouch with just 20 gold in it
Ooh.
and a letter addressed
How big
to
is the pouch?
somebody. It is a 10 cubic centimeter pouch.
Okay, thanks.
The letter is addressed to somebody named Della in Galadia.
Okay. Is it like sealed?
Yep. It's got an address on it.
Okay. Does it have like a stamp or something? Like.
It's kind of just a blob of wax.
Okay. So I can't tell like who it's from.
No. Well, you can
Okay.
assume from the fact that there's no seal on it that it's just kind of somebody relatively not, I don't want to say peasanty because they know how to write, but not like a notable family or anything.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll put the letter in my pocket.
Okay.
Is there any way to gauge, like, is there like more places other than the place we're going where this guy could have come from?
Hypothetically, yeah, there's a few villages kind of past Perennia, similar to yours, villages and homesteads similar to yours,
Okay.
kind of around. And there might be
Interesting.
one or two that you're not sure of between Perennia and Galadia.
Okay. Well, I guess next settlement we find, maybe we'll try to get this letter to Della.
And there's nothing else really notable on the body.
Okay.
What's the plan now?
I don't know.
Well, I guess we move on to Perennia, and maybe after Perennia we stop back at Galadia before going to the east.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Is there any urgency with that letter? Did you read it?
I haven't read it. It's sealed.
Yes, but the messenger died. I'm sure there's some forgiveness if we read it.
Okay. And then I'm gonna open the letter up carefully, trying not to break the seal too much. Maybe just peel it off.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Oh God.
That's dexterity, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's good at it.
Yeah. All right.
You're able to get the seal off relatively intact.
Okay.
Somebody who's not super looking for it, you wouldn't really be able to tell. Okay.
Okay.
So the letter itself is pretty short. Basically, what it does is it just details somebody talking about how they think that somebody else in town suspects that their cache of money and weapons and other things, and they think they're going to steal it, and so they want this person to kind of come back to Perennia as quickly as possible, so they can figure out something to do about it.
Oh. Aha.
Perhaps we don't need to deliver this message at all. Instead, maybe we help this person or at least look into it.
Maybe. Walker is kind of I don't know, uneasy about the idea of, first of all, tampering with people's mail. Seems like an invasion of privacy a little bit, but I don't
Well,
know,
it's
maybe these
mail.
weapons could be put to use.
True fact. Could help our own needs with the king. Well, let's walk and talk. Which I assume we were probably already doing, since we had no reason to really stay around anymore.
Pretty much.
Did
Okay, roll me
Andrea see
another.
any of this?
I assume she followed.
Like she didn't Brandon didn't roll to perceive the horse.
Nope.
So he wasn't looking at it, so he didn't see the trail.
Is he here still?
Yep.
Oh. Okay.
I
Okay.
assume he never saw the body.
Well, I could have followed you. Didn't mean I had to actually investigate.
I guess.
That's why I specifically said anybody who is investigating the horse.
So, I guess we're walking. We're moving. Moving and shaking. Moving.
Somebody roll me another d12.
Is it your turn,
Brandon?
Brandon?
I
Or
think
is
it's
it mine?
Brennan's turn. Yeah, it was Walker last, so. Brennan's turn.
6.
Didn't mean anything last time. Let's see if it means anything this time.
So it was a 6.
Yep.
You keep walking. Uh,
I was halfway expecting
My
to hear
specialty.
the Pokemon battle music just start up.
Look, we're not walking
Um,
through tall grass here, Sixes.
True.
your walk goes relatively uninterrupted. You pass a couple people on horseback along the way.
And all those horses aren't cut up.
They're not cut up. They are currently walking or
None,
running.
none of them are on a dead horse that they're operating with like some weird stilts or anything.
Nobody's weekend
Fucking
at burning their
Weekend at
horse.
Horsies.
Sure, I'll have roll me a d12.
All right. There it is. I had to go
I
up quite a few rolls.
Thought you were gonna
4.
say roll for having seen Weekend at Bernie's.
Okay. So at this point, we do a bit of a time skip.
Enemy time
So-
skip.
4 days later, you arrive safely at Perennia. Kind of nothing else came up. You pass some more people on horseback. Nobody really interrupts you. Nobody stops you.
Sixes rolled the
You're
magic
not
number.
bothered by any monsters. You really get pretty lucky on your way there.
All
You
right,
make it. You even make it a day faster than the caravan would.
Okay, so 2 days in, I check the fermentation of my mash. How's that looking?
Roll me a d20.
It's almost an 18.
Almost.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely fermenting.
Yeah.
You feel like it might need something, but you don't know what.
What do you mean it might need something? What would it need?
I don't
You
know.
get the feeling.
All it takes to ferment things.
It's just, yeah, you get this feeling in the back of your head.
If you didn't roll so
Like,
low,
maybe
you
it
wouldn't
was
have
your
the
fault
feeling.
that
Feeling?
it didn't ferment.
You accidentally killed all the bacteria.
Yeast.
Bacteria.
Yeast.
Which is bacteria, isn't
What?
it?
It's not bacteria. It's yeast. Different.
I added yeast. I said that.
But you killed it.
If it's bubbling up, did you say it was bubbling up?
Yeah,
Uh,
it's
yeah.
it's happening.
Yeah.
The process is happening. It just something feels off.
I don't like this.
You roll a 4. I don't know what to tell you.
Maybe I mean, it's supposed to take like 2 days for berries to really ferment, but like you can leave them in there for weeks, so I'll just probably leave it longer until it starts looking good.
That's
One of
fine.
these days you'll roll better than a 4.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not checking it every day because you probably don't want to open it up. Checking it at like
I imagine
times.
that would be bad.
Yeah, I'm just checking it at times where it kind of feels like, yeah, I should probably check it.
How long have we been going, Brendan?
3 hours 51.
Okay. Probably call it here. You guys made it safely to Perennia. Kind of walk out of the forest to a bit of a clearing. It's pretty much exactly how you remember it. It's a pretty compared to Galadia, it's much smaller. Set beside a pretty fast flowing river. There's a water wheel on one end and a bit of a tower where you'd have a mill. Everything. There's some fields off to the west.
Was I ever in Perennia? I feel like I just picked up the caravan on the way.
You would have gone to Perennia to try and, like, unless you were camped out by the roadside for a few days, you would have gone to Perennia to pick up the schedule.
I feel like I just lucked into the carriage, honestly.
Yeah,
I just-
you kind of, as you got to Perennia, you went to Perennia and the caravan was leaving as soon as you got there, and you're like, okay.
Mhm.
I feel like I don't know. I kind of the place you would go, the place you would have known of at the time, is Perennia. It was the closest city to where your tribe lives off in the forest,
All right.
and even
Alright,
then,
alright.
it's a few days walk.
All right. All right. All right.
But yeah, you've never been in the city before. You just kind of, as the caravan were leaving, like, not without me.
Take me away from here.
Okay. So yeah, we'll call it here. Next time we will be able to go into Perennia and kind of explore that one, and I'll have a map all done up.
Oh, so you don't have a map right now? That's why you were so ready,
I
man.
don't know what you're talking about.
Oh.
I
Guys, let's
definitely
keep
wasn't
going.
expecting some combat to fucking happen. No, I'm calling it here.
No. I think we should keep going.
I think we should keep
guys.
going.
Let's theater of mind this bitch.
No.
And suddenly, in swoops a pack of griffins and picks you all up and drops you off. in the woods.
Pack of
No.
flying monkeys.
Okay, Salem. Yeah, we will end it here and pick up in 2 weeks. So thank you everybody for watching. Hope to see you next time. I'll stream next time. Bye bye.